Welcome to the Mob Jazz podcast. Please be aware that the content of this podcast is primarily social commentary and represents the personal opinions of the hosts and guests. It is not intended to be a statement of fact or an official stance on any issues discussed. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We encourage listeners to seek out professional advice for any factual matters or decisions. Listener discretion is advised.
I feel amazing.
So do I.
I've never felt this good before starting to record a pod, bro.
Why?
I feel like every time I have to record a pod, I start.
This is the first time that you guys' legs
I have
are
to
not
hype
resting
myself.
against each
Literally, man. I miss you, bro. I miss your legs.
You're cold.
It's going to take some getting used to, man.
I also feel like my laugh
Our knees are
is,
not bumping. man.
my laugh is so loud, like it's echoing in
There's
this
nothing
place.
to absorb it, I think.
Yeah, I'm shy.
I wonder what the sound is like, man. I won't lie.
We'll listen back after.
It will probably be the same.
We're starting with the YouTube. This YouTube, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
this
Okay.
is
This is
YouTube.
Icebreaker. What?
You said that.
Oh my
I'm
God.
so-
Are we starting with that?
No.
What?
Our earlier conversation?
What
Hey,
was that?
okay.
Oh
What
yeah,
you and
yeah.
I
I
were
was
discussing?
quoting.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's start with that.
Of what?
Okay.
One ma.
Nah, you're going to phrase it.
I sound
poorly.
a bit. No.
Okay,
Let
okay,
me
go
clear
for it.
my throat.
Okay, go for it.
When you're using, you're a guy. Okay, when you're going to do a number 2 in a latrine,
Latrine.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you squat on your heel or on your toes, your tippy toes?
Like, do you squat flat-footed or do you
Heel.
tiptoe?
You
Not
flat
heel.
foot.
You flat
Toe.
foot or you tiptoe?
The
Yeah.
toes.
You tiptoe.
The
Yeah.
toes.
You guys tiptoe on your.
How
using
do
the
you
latrine.
flat foot?
Yeah. Can
Nah.
you do the Asian squat though? It's called the Asian squat.
No,
I
I
don't know if
can't.
that's politically correct. For him, he can't.
So what is the Asian squat? Like, you can't squat
flat-footed?
flat-footed.
I can't.
Cannot.
Yeah.
So let me ask. When you guys are in the gym doing squats, okay, for you, I've seen you in the gym doing squats.
Yeah.
When you're in the gym doing squats, you're one of those guys who puts like weights under your.
No. Flat footed. But that's different
Oh,
from
but
when my cheeks are like that low, bro.
Not even that. What you're forgetting is
Okay, I see what you mean. You don't.
he
go
didn't
all
go as
the way.
low. I've
Okay.
seen
Yeah.
Melvin doing squats. This nigga is ass to grass.
Yeah, I've been going all the way down, bro.
Ass to grass.
Brother, I
Like,
won't lie. Squats, the lowest I can go is like 90. And that's flat footed. Beyond that, I have to tiptoe.
they say, man, your gains are hanging below that 90.
Hell
I can't
nah.
tell you. For real,
No,
man.
but it
not
can,
lie.
can also ruin your knees if it's not like a natural position for you.
Yeah.
It can really.
First
can
of all,
mess
I
your
have a
knees up.
bad knee already.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you?
Yeah.
Because we were arguing that which of the two is more common for people to do. I'm saying it's more not between squatting flat-footed and sitting like this. I hope I'm not in that shot.
Question: Can we do a
Sitting
poll?
like this.
See, that my knees are already in pain just
so you see
looking
what
at
she's
that.
doing now? Isn't that crazy?
That's
Like
mad.
sitting on your feet.
Yeah.
So I was telling him, most of the people can sit on their feet.
How are you doing this comfortably?
Most women.
How am I doing comfortably? Because it's extremely
How
comfortable.
are your knees? How are your ankles?
I'm
They be
chilling.
comfy. They be comfy as
Brother,
well doing that.
that would destroy me.
Yeah.
But isn't squatting flat-footed more painful or harder than this?
So audience,
No, I
you
think
can't
this is
see what she's
harder.
doing right now, but she's sitting on her heels.
Yeah, which
So
Yeah.
let's picture
crazy.
someone kneeling, but then their bum is on
Pretty
their
much
heels.
like how we are, but our legs are these ends.
Yeah.
But for reference, I can squat flat-footed and I can do this. But I was telling him that the squatting thing is harder for most people than sitting.
That looks harder to me.
Way harder, bro. Look
That
how
looks
stretched
harder.
out her quad is. Maybe women have longer quads. Do you think that's a thing?
I mean,
Maybe.
this is the longest bone in the body. Your femur is the longest bone in the body.
So what's the reason that you guys is more flexible? Because clearly yours is more flexible than ours. Ours is a lot more
I
tense
think-
and tight.
We also spend lots, because I can tell you,
Hey, you guys be subservient. You be on your.
you're a bastard. No.
It's biblical.
No.
So a pastor this put that in his. You should men.
There's a
Try
reason
and
you
kneel.
can't.
There's a reason.
No, I think also it's what you, I think like for boys, I don't know what happens, but like as you grow older, because as a kid, you're probably able to sit any which way.
Yeah.
But I continue sitting like that. I told you I find it very, very, it's uncomfortable for me to sit how you guys are sitting right now for 2 hours straight.
How
Like
we sitting?
normally.
Yeah,
So what are you
like
going to do in the office? Your feet will be in a chair in the office.
No, have you noticed even when we were shooting the pod, after like 30 minutes, I have to cross my legs.
Yeah,
When
but
I'm
the-
sitting
that's
like
crazy.
this,
The pod
like the way
chairs
you
are
guys are
different.
seated, I sometimes feel electricity in my thighs. But when I'm seated, this stupid shit, like squatting almost.
Do you think that's
Very
like a
calm.
compression thing?
At what?
Like there's compression at the bottom, so there's like a nerve you're pressing or something.
When I'm sitting normally, or when
Yeah.
I'm sitting anyhow.
Normally.
I don't know, but it's more comfortable for me to cross legs, to kind of sit on my foot. I like sitting with one leg under me and the other hanging somewhere.
Yeah, I won't lie. I think I can squat flat-footed, but what you just did there, even the way you're seated right now, I think if you're seated on a foot,
Yeah.
cannot be me.
Anyway, bro, please tell us in our comments what's easier for you guys.
Guys.
Do you squat on your toes or flat-footed, especially if you're using the
Tell
latrine?
me.
I actually want to try.
Everyone tiptoes in the latrine.
Mind
First of
you-
all,
That's your
putting your bum that close to the hole is wicked work.
Yeah, first of all,
He got
Also,
out of frame to squat and things
why are
popped.
your legs so close together if you're on the latrine?
How
What do you
want them to be
mean?
mobile?
His legs were more close like this.
Oh, him.
Nada. They work out.
But your legs were close like this.
Brother.
On the latrine, your legs are spread.
Okay, let me open it.
That's nuts.
I'm going to be honest with you. As he's squatting, I see the tension in his legs.
Yeah,
Like,
you can see it. There's a
Yeah.
part where the leg refuses to.
Yeah,
Simply bend.
Flat-footed is crazy
I
business.
think as a pod,
Yeah.
we should get into yoga.
Man.
You know me, I don't object to it. It's just that like yoga takes determination, bro, like commitment.
So does lifting weights. So does being a lawyer. So does everything in life.
Yeah.
I'm so
But my
confused by
commitment
your
is not infinite.
No, but
I can't commit to everything.
No, I definitely think that flexibility will improve your quality
Yeah,
of life.
yeah, I agree. At the moment, my focus, as you know, is sitting on my heels,
Yeah.
which I'm proud to announce that this week I did.
But
Your
See what
heels?
she was doing?
Yeah.
What she was doing earlier?
You did
I
it?
did it.
Eh?
But at what cost? Because as we speak right now,
Yeah.
this knee here, this knee is, okay, it's not ruined,
Yeah.
but it's very, very sensitive right now. Like, I can tell that I've stretched it further than it has ever been stretched before, at least as an adult man. So I'm feeling it in this knee. This knee, not so much, but like, if I do it, like I can do it. If there's something soft for me to kneel on, I can do it. But I'll feel it. I'll feel
But
it.
I won't lie. I think I've just always had a problem with kneeling. Because even in school, when they'll tell you kneel down, I would do it for like a minute, and everything is in pain. Knees, legs, waist.
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's for me.
I think I don't know how true this is. You know, this is just trust me, bro. This is just an assumption of mine. Is that I think if by like in your late 20s, your range of motion is limited to that extent, imagine by the time you're 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You
true.
have to get moving.
It's
bro.
true.
And
Like,
I can promise you it only gets worse, like naturally. So
yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah. You have to get moving for sure. Man.
Yoga.
You have to get moving for sure.
can you guys sit like this?
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah,
So I can do that,
one I
but it also hurts.
That one I can do it properly with no pain.
Me, it hurts. Me, it
So how
hurts.
can you do this but you can't sit on your knee? Because right now I'm sitting on one foot.
Because of the rotation
No,
of
first
the
of
knee.
all, when we do it, one leg is not under me. Like one leg is not.
No, I'm
on
talking
my
about
back.
your feet being under you.
No way.
Wait,
No
what
way,
are you
no
doing? I thought you were just saying
She's
crossing
cross-legged,
your
but her
legs.
feet are both of her feet are under her bum.
relax.
No,
Nah.
no. They be crossed, but they be crossed
First of
in
all,
front of
there's
me.
also like a pelvic thing to do that.
Yes.
That we don't have.
Yes, not the okay. We can get it. But we can get it. Because you see, for me, those two things, sitting on my heels and crossing my legs like that with comfort, and this is like a yoga cross, like a monk cross. Those are two like primary objectives for me right now.
But isn't there an anatomical
Flexibility.
difference in our pelvises?
Men and
Pelvic areas, yeah.
that could be.
It should
There
be.
is.
Yeah.
I think there
I was
is.
going to find out. I've just remembered. Don't those guys have Wi-Fi? Like, I don't want to buy data.
I wouldn't know. man.
Speaking of not
I
wanting to
know.
buy data, let me just say, that way I'm broke.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's not cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's not cute.
Yeah.
The brokenness has fallen at the time when it's maintenance time. First of all, as a person, I don't know how other women feel about this. I hate maintenance. I like the results. Like, I like having my nails done. I like having my hair done.
I hate sitting to get my nails done. Like if I could send my feet and my hands to the salon and then I send my scalp, very kawa. I hate the process. I hate spending 7 hours in a day to do things.
That's interesting because I think guys love it.
Maintenance?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like tops, your haircut's going to take like 40, 45 minutes. Maybe at most an hour.
An hour, yeah.
Then, your hair will get washed. You might get like a face scrub.
Yeah.
At most. Like if you're going crazy, 2 hours max.
But if you're doing it all in the same day, it can be like 2.5 hours.
And also if you're those guys who take their shirts off in the salon for a massage.
Okay.
Like,
First
it's
of all,
supposed to be head and shoulders. Why are they doing your arm, bro?
Let me tell you,
Why are they doing your
whenever
lower
I go
back?
to the salon with such shirts, they release the shoulders. Yeah, because I don't allow. But
'cause they
I
cannot
was
wear
there
your
with a
shirt.
guy, one of our boys, by the way.
Yeah.
Guy jack his shirt,
Yeah, guys jake their clothes.
stayed in an undershirt. I was like, brother.
It's nuts. Guys jake their
Why?
clothes. I mean,
Why?
myself, like,
And you know when you're jacking your
what
shirt,
are you doing?
in
Your
my
haircut
salon,
is 15 bob. What are you
in my salon, they take you to like a back room if you're going to jack your shirt.
Okay, that
Karoom
makes
is
more
hard.
sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes
But you guys, is that not a lot?
No.
I mean, that's what you're there for.
Yeah, you've paid for it. Get the service.
Don't do it in public, but if there's a room, that's calm.
I'm shy.
Yeah, but
I mean, also-
7 hours, no massage.
An
No face
anatomical
scrub.
difference between us removing shirts. Bro.
7 hours. Oh, I mean, some people, for some people, their maintenance includes like facials and whatnot.
You guys, I won't lie. This couch is spacious, bro.
You're enjoying. For some people, their maintenance includes facials, but me, I'm keeping it basics like hair, waxing, nails.
Do you guys get waxed at the same salon where you do your hair?
No, I don't.
Okay, so let me ask
That
you,
would be wild work.
Wild. When you're done up here, let's do down there.
I've never
That's
waxed.
not- Obviously, you've never waxed. Bro.
Is waxing
I
what?
think 1 out of 10 men has waxed. Bro. Yeah.
Is it weird?
Also,
To wax.
Yeah.
like to
I
be
imagine.
naked.
Yeah.
Why would it be weird? First of all,
I imagine it is.
Also, what type
You
of
don't-
wax do they use?
you don't enter and strip head to toe. As in,
What do you do? That's in my head. That's what
let's
they
keep
do.
it clean here. What
What
do
do
you
you do? What do you
Why are you badass naked?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Me, I leave my top on.
Okay. And you feel more decent.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
That is hilarious.
They give you something. Okay, it depends on what you're wearing. There's a time I went in a dress that was too funny to me. I was like, I
I
was
imagine
like,
that makes more sense. Why don't you just always do that?
no, because I wax from a place in town, so it can be like I've gone to wax. I always wax fast. Like if if I have things to do that day, I wax fast, right? Because you want to go when you're still like fresh. So, they give you something to wrap yourself in, like a lesu or like a robe or something. So when you lay on the bed, there's also like a sheet or something. So now they open the sheet. They say spread. You spread. Then they like put powder.
Like baby powder, Johnson baby powder.
No, do they start with a baby powder? Forgetting if it's a baby powder first or the wax first.
I imagine it is the powder. first.
Anyway, and then because so the wax is next to you, it's warming up. Can be quite hot.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Also, do they use that wax all the time, or there's also that plaster wax, the one?
Oh,
they,
now, for me, the place I go to, they put the wax, then they put the plaster on top of the wax, and then they start pulling like that. Then yeah, it's actually a very quick process. You're done in less than 10 minutes.
I would need more than 10 minutes, I think.
Brother,
Why?
Same.
Why
Let me
would you
tell
need
you,
more than 10 minutes?
There's a lot to wax, I think. A bit
As in-
different when you've never done it before. You guys are
Not at all.
the waxing residual.
Actually, they don't want people who they don't want if you've like shaved this week and then you
And
try
you've
and
got to
wax
wax,
tomorrow.
yeah.
No, don't.
They want like a
Yeah.
full.
Not a full, but then there's something shaving does. I've forgotten. There's something shaving does to like the pore and
The
how the hair is
follicles.
coming out. Exactly.
Yeah.
So they want you to like just chill the hair, come wax.
Yeah.
But if you're going to shave, let the hair grow. There's something about shaving that just doesn't work well with wax.
Can you use Vit on your private?
I kind of don't want this conversation to go in this direction.
I neither do I. So
Finish what you're
after
saying.
waxing, right?
Yeah.
You say, okay, let me go do my nails. That's
Yeah.
going to be like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Then you say, let me go do my hair. If you're chilling, you're going to just do treatment. Like, let me just do like a steam treatment. So they're going to set your hair, you're going to be in a dryer. That's chiller 1 hour, 1.5. I'm spending 6 hours of my day. It's exhausting. I hate it.
So why don't you just spread it out and do it on different days?
What's the time?
As in, what's wrong
You're
with
the
you?
one saying you don't have 6 hours in one day.
Yes, but think about it. On weekdays,
No, I mean, why can't you say, okay, let me go do my nails today. Then the next day, let me go get a wax. Then the next weekend, you do your hair.
first remove Monday to Friday. So
Sato, you get the wax. Next Sato, you do nails.
Or Friday evening after work, go get a wax. Sato,
First of
You're
all-
saying
do
the
your
wax is not
nails.
10 minutes.
first of all, I told you, it's only good manners to go waxing when you're fresh. You want after you last showered at 6:30 in the a.m.
That gig is that gig.
You're
That
taking
gig is that gig.
She knew what she was
Don't
saying.
blame me. This is your line of work, bro.
Meaning they should close
Deal
all
with it.
wax
Get-
places at 2 p.m.
You
Get
let-
some baby wipes, bro.
No, they're wipes. They're baby wipes.
Yeah, so
they're
let-
baby wipes.
Just a quick wipe.
But still, it's just no. You lash out at 6:30 a.m. and you're taking that self to a person at 6:30
How
p.m.
much am I paying?
Very little money.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Maybe if you're
like
paying more.
35 bobs.
Yeah,
Okay,
top up.
that's
Add the
add like
5
a
bob.
You're like,
Portable.
Make it 50
You wipe
bob.
me down. You clean me up. Simple as that.
27 wipes.
I'll tip you up. You're guaranteed 40 bob from me today. As you can see, I've come from the office. What do you have me to do?
why can't
That's
you
mad
wipe
though, because
yourself?
I feel like guys look forward to their maintenance day.
Yeah, to be fair, going for a haircut for me after work, can't do it.
Yeah, could never be me.
Can't do it.
I
You're
go for a
tired,
haircut
right?
when I
Yeah,
know
I
it's
fall
what I'm
asleep.
doing.
I
Yeah.
doze off what, and that's
Yeah.
very risky.
Is that how you get like a line?
Man,
You doze off and the guy
it's
kubeza ka-
terrifying. Your heart can be the rope.
If he makes your thingy crooked, what I was going to call it a frontal. What the hell do you call it? Your hairline.
Hairline,
Yeah.
You've seen that that meme of the minister doing his thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that guy whose hairline was.
How do they fix that? Do they just extend everything, or they cut
Oh,
your
just
hair
wait for
bald?
You
it.
just have to
Now they
wait,
grow
man.
back, yeah.
You just
So
have
they
to
just
wait.
cut you bald.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. Speaking of shaving, man, this week, last weekend I got a haircut, bro. And remember I've been going like bald.
Yeah.
Not bald, but I've been cutting all my beards off. So this week, bro, when my beard started to grow back, first of all I have to say, my sunscreen ran out, man.
Finally.
It ran out. So I need another 6 table, man. Pay for Patreon, bro, so I can buy more sunscreen. But my sunscreen ran out. So for the first time in a very long time, this week, I used Vaseline on my face. I usually, when I go to a barber, like I said, you get that kind of exfoliation scrub, but so my skin is always like fire the week after, right? But this week, I think because I used the Vaseline, I'm not sure this is the reason why though. I might be at a started to grow back, but I've gotten razor bumps. Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see a few.
They're not too crazy,
They're
but
like
like
four.
you can see
Yeah.
them, right? And Casper, I think they were crazier yesterday. Like I what they call it? Warm pressed them. I got some hot water and a cloth and I thingied them so they reduced. But yeah, man. That's what I think on the topic of shaving. I just stated that.
Hate
Bro.
razor bumps.
Hate them, bro.
I've got
Hate
like
them.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I hate it when they're there. Because now, like, in my head, I can't stop thinking about it. I be wanting to, like,
Pop them.
yeah, but you can't because it's a razor bump.
Yeah.
It's not like a pimple.
And razor bumps are just ingrown hairs, right?
Yeah.
Just hairs that are.
'Cause it's
literally a hair that has grown and then poked back into your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there are ways to undo it, but at the saloon, because I feel like they have the tools
Okay.
and they can see, unless you have like a buddy who knows how to do it.
Yeah.
But also, if you don't let it like take its natural course, it can cause those black,
Spots.
yeah,
if you
blackheads.
start
Are they
going
called
too
blackheads?
crazy, Yeah.
Darkheads, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to do that. You'd rather just do the
No.
warm thing
Yeah.
till the next time, man.
Now one press is fine, and also like, just like, I'm just exfoliating, bro. Just unblock the pores.
And then he's also saying that, is it because his sunscreen got done? Like, is this a drug? Like, what do you mean? Like, my
There I
skin,
shook it.
my skin
There I
can't be good without this thing
No,
happening.
there I shook it.
Yeah, I won't lie. I think the one thing that is on my face that disturbs me, but I've been used to for time. Okay, not disturbs, but that I notice is the skin tag, like this one here. Yeah. These are only skin tags I have, but I know everyone in my family has skin
I also
tags,
have.
bro.
Where's mine?
Oh, you actually do.
Where's
too.
it? It's this side?
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma had these. My dad's side of my mom's side of the family has these as well.
Everyone has skin tags. So now, like, I'm used. People be saying you can go to like a dermatologist and they do like.
Not worth it, bro.
I'm going to be
thing.
very honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think those are things to get off.
Me neither.
No, like even me, I'm chilling. But
Like-
like there are days when I'm touching my face and I feel it and I'm like, it's there.
Does it hurt?
Nah.
If you play with it, if
Hey,
you mess with it, it
mine
hurts.
doesn't.
It hurts.
To
If
be
you try
fair, I
to
never mess with
never
it.
try to like pick at it. You know me, I be picking at things. I picked at it once. I said, "I'm good, bro." Yeah, don't play with
never
it.
bothered.
Don't play with it.
Never bothered. But like, I can live with it. I
Yeah.
can live with it.
Okay, man. Welcome back to our Mob Jazz podcast.
Hi.
I'm Melvin,
Sydney.
Casper.
and this is episode 143.
43. Two, three,
What is it? 2 or 3?
I have no idea. I told you I don't have access to internet.
Oh, be serious, bro.
Okay.
Why?
Be serious. Be serious. Be serious. Okay.
We're home for 4 days. Why would I have data on my phone?
Just in case, you have to keep that 5 bob on
What
your
is it
phone.
called?
Just
Freedom
have-
bundles.
Nada.
You have to keep that.
Is it
We'll
not
ask these
enough
guys
I
if they
pay
have-
for?
we'll
Is
ask
it
them
not
if they have
enough that I
Wi-Fi.
pay for Wi-Fi? No, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
we-
enough.
I'm not buying bundles.
I'm sure they have Wi-Fi here. I'm sure they do.
So yeah, guys, how are you
Yeah.
feeling in
Feeling
the new
good, man.
location?
Feeling good, feeling good. This is our first time shooting here. I think
We were
shout-
restructuring for real.
Yeah, we can shout them out, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out to Silo for letting us shoot here.
Silo 15.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be like a fun new chapter.
Yeah, I
We're
feel
shooting
like-
earlier, shooting on a different day.
right.
So,
I'm
feels
going,
good,
I'm
man.
going to be honest with you. I think a reason why you were saying you've never felt this good
Yeah.
is because we shoot at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You've had a full 10 plus hours,
literally.
and now it's a Saturday.
And you guys be like, you can walk here if you wanted.
Chill.
Not far, bro. Not far at all. Yeah,
Casper
man.
said nada.
No, we
It feels
can,
good.
but like,
It feels good. I'm very, very glad to be doing this with you guys on this day. Feels like the end of an era, the end of our orange couch era.
man,
Now we
Yeah.
have leather blood.
Man, shout out
Leather.
Cardamom and Coffee. We made a lot of like good memories there. I
Yeah.
feel like we still have so many like unposted clips from the Cardamom era.
Yeah.
It will take socials a while to even clock that we're not shooting from there anymore.
somebody sent in a submission saying, "Oh my God, oh no, I can't believe you're living K&K before I get to come meet you guys there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry, we're around. We're not going.
Yeah, this is definitely not a place where guys can come to meet us, bro.
Yeah.
This is not a place where guys can come. Let's come watch them. Oh well, they could, but it will be very clear
Bro, who is waking up
this early on a Saturday.
on a Saturday to come
Yeah.
watch us? That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
There are some patrons.
It'll be
Don't decide
Wendy
for
has
them.
dressed for the pod.
Nanti Windex said, on this day, there's no going back home.
Hey.
once he has left, there's no going back home.
I'm
I
dead.
get.
What up,
Hi,
what up,
Wendy.
what up, what up,
Wendy.
what up?
This is the thank you. It's not muted. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time Casper came late, man. Just for like 5 minutes, and she's muted, man.
I had, man. I didn't like that jazz.
That's
I
the
kept
old-
quiet.
All the sliders, man.
I didn't like it. I kept it pushing. How you guys feeling, man?
It's a good
How
day,
you feeling?
man.
How you
It's a
feeling?
good day.
Yeah.
I won't lie. Of course, because it's like the first time we're recording here, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like to record this early. But I'm not mad at it, to be fair. I'm not mad. Actually, I feel refreshed. It has been an interesting week for me as well.
Man,
We'll get into that later.
now let's get into it now.
Bro, that's literally pod
Let's get
jazz.
into it now, bro.
Cool.
Between the last time we shot, which is literally a week ago, last Friday, and today,
Yeah.
too many things have happened today. Like guys can
There are
see your
not
arm.
too
I'm
many.
sure you guys can see his arm.
There are not
can't you?
too many, man. There are not too many.
Can they see his arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Tell us, man. Explain to the audience what happened.
Okay, so Friday evening, we shoot the pod. We have a pod meeting. You guys go home. Everything goes well, yeah?
We left you there.
You left me there.
We don't usually leave you there.
Yeah, I
That
was
was the first sign. That was the first sign.
Left him
Sign
at cardamom.
one.
We left him at Cardamom, remember? We
Yeah.
left him there and you.
Actually, yeah, I also left him there.
So I was with the boys, yeah. We stayed there chilling, listening to music. People are singing. We're just having a good time, yeah. Then the guys have to go for different reasons. I go to terrace.
By yourself.
We go to terrace, then they leave.
Okay.
So I'm at terrace. First of all, this is how I know it was going to be a poor night.
Okay.
I'm at terrace, yeah, having a good time. We are chilling. Then I run into this guy. This guy knows me, and then he goes like, "Yo, man, I love you, man. Blah 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 blah. Let me buy you a cocktail." I'm like,
I love you
"Come."
like he loves the pod, what? Like
he knows me from before.
Loves
the
him as a
pod.
person.
just loves the guy. He loves Sydney, the man. I love you as a man, bro. Pause. But men can love men. I'm not going to pause that one. I'm not going to unpause. Play.
But
You said you, for reference, Melvin said, there's a man in this world who loves him. He knows
yeah.
that man loves
Yeah.
him.
So that's definitely a red flag.
So if a man loves him and he doesn't know about it, he said if there's a man that loves him, he knows about that man and the love.
the guy doesn't like what.
As soon as the guy says, I love you, my shit starts tingling, bro. I know it's a trap. I'm waiting to be kubed on the head, but continue.
I'm dead. So yeah, so we are there.
Yeah.
This guy says, let me buy you a cocktail. I'm like, hey, come. So he does buy me a cocktail. Cool. Then, it's now like time to leave, yeah? Actually, no, why am I going far? Before we are leaving, the terrace babes know me because you remember back in the day we used to go to terrace a lot, yeah? So a chick comes, she's like, yo, your birthday bought these girls drinks and they have left. So is he going to pay for their drinks? I'm like, hey, come, let me ask him. So I go to ask him. This guy is like, I'll pay. But he's not doing anything. I'm like, hey, kawa. Is it? So me, I go back to like my people, we're chilling, having a good time, blah, 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 blah. Then, all of a sudden, the babes come back. They're like, wait, the guy has jam to pay. So I go to him, I'm like, boss, these girls know me. If you refuse to pay, they're going to know I know you and I don't want to chase you for your money. He goes like, I'm going to pay, don't worry. I'm like, no, you pay now. So that like we can release and move. The guy says nada. So now me, I've gone from chilling and having a good time.
Now you're stressed.
Now I'm stressed. It's not even my bill, bro. I wasn't there. I'm like, and I got a fun tonight as gone.
Wait, by the time you went there, he had already bought the drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, man, the fun has gone. Now I'm stressed with the waitresses and the cashier because they are my buddies as well. So now we are chasing this guy, trying to whatever. And then the babes are like, man, you know us, like, we are not lying. This guy told the babes to buy the drinks on his bill. So now I'm chasing this guy around. Like, we even go to the manager. The manager is like, okay, I'm going to take care of it. So I get tired. Now all the people I was with there are leaving.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, manager, is it okay for me to leave so that I don't have to deal with this? The manager says it's car, so I leave him there.
Yeah.
So we get into our car.
Let me just even say before you continue. Me, I would not have been stressed. A guy bought me a drink on some I Love You Jazz. Now we're finding out about some other drinks he didn't pay. I'd have told the waiter, bro, I don't even know that guy, man.
No,
Like,
but
I don't even
it's
actually know
sounding
this
like
guy.
it's sounding like they started to hang out.
Who?
You and
You
the
and
guy.
that guy.
Nada. Let
So
me
why
tell
were
you,
they coming
here's
to
the
you
thing.
about that guy? Like,
So
was
here's
he
the
hanging
thing.
with you?
This guy goes, buy this guy a cocktail. But me, I know. So when he says that, I'm like, me, I'm paying for mine. Like, I tell the waitress.
Oh, you pay for the cocktail he was supposed to buy for you.
Yeah, brother, I know those things.
Even that I wouldn't do.
Me, I said
So what do
nada.
you offer it?
First of all,
Because
What
let me
do you
tell you,
offer
this
it?
guy was
Siddo,
telling guys.
I see you have no experience as a bad bee.
Bro,
Like,
you need to come into your badness. Bro.
Nah,
Allow yourself to be bad, bro.
Let me
it's
tell
not
you.
to be bad.
I just said nada.
Yeah,
Badness
I told the
fuels
waitress.
economy.
yeah, Toto. I think it's going to be a story about a Toto man. Proceed.
I told the
Who
waitress.
is the total man in the city?
Has already begun. Pays for his own drinks. Assists those in need. i.e. the waiters and waitresses.
Basically,
Yeah.
a toto
This is a
man.
good
I
sign.
told the
It's a good
waitress,
sign.
man, that one. Because even the other guy, this guy was telling some other guys, "Go, man, I'm going to pay half your bill, blah, 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 blah." Even the other guys were like, just give us our bill. You get?
I promise is a
For-
date.
For in heaven. For reference,
Yeah.
the other guy is what they call an opposite of a toto man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, man. So now we are there. We just decide to leave. Me, I've paid for the cocktail he bought. I leave him there because I don't want to deal with it. First of all, this guy is saying my online banking is off. Can you log into my online banking? I'm like, sir, here's the phone. Log in. That guy's not logging
He wants
in.
to log into the online banking from your phone.
Yeah. Me, I have no problem. I'm like, it's cool. You log in, send the, what is it called? OTP to your phone. Because he now he had like a small phone. I'm
Wait.
like, this thing sounds shady.
Wait, he's trying to access his bank account through
Through
your
his
phone.
online.
Like I could bet the browser, private browsing, all those things, incognito, blah blah blah. I'm like, it's here because I just wanted to see. That guy didn't. That's when I was like, nada. Let me release. So we leave. We enter a car to come to Ogolobi. Yeah, we are coming here. Come. On the way. Why did we almost knock another car, bro? That was sign number 2.
So which guys are you with now? Different guys from the guys you left K&K with?
Yes, so the guys I left K&K with went to Terrace. They were there for like 2 minutes left.
Yeah. So now
Now
the new
with-
guys who you met at Terrace.
But it's the same group, just a different
different
like our same friend group.
portion. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now they just went to Terrace to greet them.
Okay,
Now me,
okay.
I stayed there.
Okay.
So I'm with these guys. We come here. On the way here, we almost knocked like 3 cars, bro.
Was the driver? Let's not go there.
Let's not go.
Let's
there.
not go there.
That was sign number 2. We come here.
Yeah.
Good time, bro. Good time.
Okay.
So now it's like 1. And I'm trying to go home. Because, that's my time. Midnight 1. I'm trying to go home. I'm like, let me go home. And then, check my phone. I don't remember who I was texting. I think I was telling the guys I'm going home. Put it back in my pocket. I reach the gate. I'm talking to guys outside. Like, how it is at night. You find your birthdays. You jazz. Then I touch my pocket.
There's nothing there.
Is the phone there?
Damn.
But this is not in the establishment. This is outside because I had it outside
I
as well.
describe that moment as heart what? Cardiac arrest. That thing of where you
Yeah. Your heart
You
can-
touch all the
you
pockets.
get
Yeah.
and then you turn to your body like, have you
Yeah,
seen my phone?
You think I
Those
asked?
guys ask dumb like, have you seen my phone? Seen your phone where?
No, I didn't ask. Because now this is the funniest thing.
You guys are too bad.
I touched the back pocket.
Yeah.
Is the wallet there?
Ooh.
No.
Wait, it wasn't there as
The
well.
good thing is,
It wasn't there as well.
I tell you, it wasn't there.
Nah, this guy is cooked you. Bro.
So, now the funniest thing is, I think about what's in my wallet. I'm like, it's my national ID, which I was already planning to replace.
Okay.
So come. I like 20 bob. I'm not too stressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And genuine leather wallet. I'm just trying to appraise what this guy is got, man. Damn.
I'm like, okay. So, now I'm just there. A good thing is, I had some cash in a pocket. So I'm like, man, I can go home.
Yeah.
So it's Kawa. Like, come. I go home, reach home. My dad is still up.
Wait. I feel like you've skipped a part. How did this happen?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I skipped that.
Bro, you skipped the most important part.
So, now in that moment, we see a guy being fishy. Outside, we're like, relax. So we try to follow the guy. He's being fishy. And the guy starts running, bro. He starts running. This guy is now in a full sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Now you guys is all abusing you. You think, man, I can catch that guy if I really almost step on it. You can
So-
squat flat-footed.
We
You're now trying to sprint.
guys, I can sprint. Relax.
Nah,
So now me and all the
wait,
guys.
This is on Bandali.
Yeah, this is on Bandeli now. Me and all the guys, we also full send. We are like, no, we can grab that guy.
Yeah.
So in that, like 3 of us trip, bro.
Wait, you weren't the only one to fall. It's too funny to see the whole squad falling. To see the whole squad falling is
Like 3
hilarious.
of us
Had you
trip, so that-
trained?
Yeah?
Had you trained?
No, did I train that
No,
night?
this
No, I
was
didn't.
pure masculinity.
Just like, this was just, you were just
Training on
being
your-
Total men.
testosterone, bro. Like, that is so funny.
As in
man.
Wendy's like, in what normal world do 4 grown men?
More like
Trying
what?
to
More like,
understand,
what is
bro.
this, bro?
It's so crazy.
We just land, and you know, it was these things of not landing and you take time. Land, get up. You continue. Another guy falls, gets up. We rained.
So were you, as you're running and falling and just embarrassing you and your families, could you actually see the thief in front?
He was booming. With each fall, he goes further.
Of course.
Oh.
That is so funny.
Then he turned into some kagwa. We were like, this is where the total man games. So now they might have like 6 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Sometimes you have to ask yourself
That's so funny.
It's
if,
not
a,
that
if
deep.
a hot slap is worth your phone and your 20K.
So
We are
you
like,
see, if you can't run, you definitely can't fight. Man.
Good.
Like-
But let me tell you,
You get that,
You
get
need
to
to
that
be.
early and they
You need
mix
to be
you,
doing what? You need to be able to do one or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah. If you can run, then you can definitely.
okay, that
fight.
night there was no fight, there was no flight. We were just there.
Yeah, you guys failed on both, man.
That's
damn.
hilarious. But
Damn,
I'm also
damn.
so sorry.
But the funny thing is, guys, I can still run. I just fail.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I was catching that guy.
Ah.
So but it was over. It was a sprint. It wasn't a marathon.
No, it was just it's so crazy. Like when bad things happen, it can tend to feel like everything has conspired against you.
Yeah.
Because on another night where this guy is going home to work, if you snatch his phone, he's probably going to feel you do it, or he'll be sober enough to run after you and grab you.
And now this is the funny thing. We were sober. We were sober.
So you niggas were falling when you were sober.
So,
Yeah?
You
Brother,
niggas
I
were
don't know
falling
why
when you
we
were
all
sober.
tripped,
at,
bro.
so
Yeah,
at,
same, bro.
at Terrace, the cocktail you bought for yourself was,
think I drank
was
it?
water and salt.
I didn't drink it.
And at
That
Cardamom,
thing stayed there.
Cardamom, you guys weren't drinking.
Like 2 nights.
And let me just say, bro, it's for the best that in this story that you are drunk, bro. Because if you are sober and you
It's
feel like that,
But I was sober. That's the funny thing.
that makes it worse. I take back everything I said there.
About being a total
about
man.
you being like,
I fell on
on
my
another
wrist.
night,
Yeah?
what? No.
I fell on my wrist, so I go home.
Damn, bro.
My dad is still up. Now remember, I don't have a key now.
Okay.
So I know key opens. He's like, hey, why aren't you opening?
Like
I
your
tell
key
him,
was
man.
what? Oh, your key was in your wallet? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
I tell him, man.
that's
They
robbed.
took the wallet, so I don't have the key. That's why he games when he goes and pushes. So I have to go and sleep because, like, I shower, just like clean up,
Yeah.
go and sleep.
Aren't you in pain?
I felt it in the shower because I had a
Or
jet
you're
scene.
still on like that adrenaline high?
Probably.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So when I enter the shower, turn on the water cane soap, like a stinging thing comes. I'm like, and now it's the whole arm.
Did you crush your Apple Watch? Because I'm looking at where your injuries are and where you wear your watch, and you're not
Yeah.
wearing your Apple Watch today.
Did it crack further? Or?
Like I released it also. It's there.
And he hasn't had a phone, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
anyway.
if I don't have a phone,
It's
why-
pretty much useless
You get.
without a phone.
So, yeah, man, I shower. I see the wound. I'm like, hey, it's calm because it's a bruise. I go and push. But at like 6 a.m., my mom burst into my room. Bah! Okay, your dad has said they stole the phone. I mean, they stole the wallet. I'm like, yeah, man, they took the wallet and the phone. My mom just went.
Moms are dramatic, bro.
So dramatic.
Her day is ruined with yours, bro.
Bro,
Like,
Yeah.
moms
She didn't
are
even
so-
leave home. She just
Yeah.
stayed home pissed.
No, moms and their kids, bro. Like, you're literally an extension of her because something bad happens to you.
Oh,
it has
yeah.
happened to her, bro.
You've just reminded me about something so important. I realized small segue, but it's about moms.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the last YouTube because they removed my tooth.
Yes.
My mom calls me after listening to the pod, and she's like, So when Melvin said it, someone could think you had rotting teeth or something. No. Tell him to say it properly.
Yeah.
And then I'd forgotten about how agitated she was about how it came across. Yesterday in submission, someone sent to I don't know how I'd feel if I kissed someone today and I found out they were having a tooth extraction tomorrow. I'd feel like throwing up. Guys,
Oh, you had set the record straight.
let me set the record straight.
Yeah.
I did not have rotting teeth.
Yeah.
I gave the full story on Patreon.
Yeah.
I've noticed. So let me say it quickly and succinctly over here. I had an impacted wisdom tooth, meaning my I had, yes, they removed one, they're going to remove another in a couple of months. Meaning my teeth were growing horizontally as opposed to vertically.
Our wisdom teeth.
My wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
Because my jaw is small, it's not enough for my teeth. You're a fool.
So, hence the caption.
Small jaw. For the Patreon episode, yeah.
You guys.
So,
Is it? You know I've not been seeing.
it was small
Guys.
jaw. So they removed my tooth because, number one, it was pressing against a nerve and it was hurting me. Number two, I have straight teeth. It could make my teeth crooked.
Yeah.
My teeth
There are
are
times
not...
when they just leave them there.
Can you chew meat now?
Can I chew meat? Yeah, but if I open my mouth, and you see my lower teeth, they look like they're 5.
There are few,
They're like, but there's no space at
You can be
all.
chewing like a rabbit
Yeah.
from our
in rotation.
Yeah, looks like I only have 3 teeth.
Damn.
I only have 3 teeth on the one side.
Sorry.
3 molars or...
Your mouth is empty, boy.
but you see, there's no space for other teeth.
Yeah.
I have no space. Anyway, so guys, my teeth were not rotting. Do not... No. Let's not get
Don't
it
get it
twisted.
twisted.
Yeah. I just don't have enough space for mob teeth, man.
Okay.
Kawa, back to mugs and phones.
Before we even go far, when I fell, I dislocated my. Do you see how like it's swollen?
Never nugget. Let me ask.
Bro,
So
what
I
did you
get
do
up,
to God
a
that
sack of
night?
For me,
potatoes.
what's killing me, the fact that the stuff is coming up as by the ways is what's killing me. Because like the fall ended up being a by the way. Now that dislocated finger in the fall
Being sober,
and being sober, you are
dislocating your finger, bruising yourself,
This guy's not
losing all your property, as well as your whole squad tumbling down. Like, what's that egg?
The Russian
Humpty
egg.
Dumpty
Humpty
had a great fall.
Yeah.
Man. I want,
This
That's
episode
a
is called
Russian
Humpty
egg.
Has
Dumpty,
to be,
bro.
bro. Has to be.
So yeah, man, I just could be my finger back, and it wasn't painful at all. That's the funniest thing. But now I can't like.
That's
You see, this is where it stops. when I'm falling.
Melvin's face.
You get, like, it can't go further than that, man.
Sorry, man.
But yeah, so now my mom is pissed.
Obviously.
I'm like, we go through the week. Then on like Wednesday, if you guys know me personally, you know my number is not in my names. So me and my guy go to like MTN.
That's mad. And you're not putting it in your names again?
With what? The national ID is not there.
Oh.
So we're just going to
No,
replace
but
the line.
you would have gone to police and gotten a letter, and you
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
use the
actually, yeah.
letter.
Let's first get the SIM card.
The
Let me
reference,
ask
is it
this:
like a
as a
reference?
grown man about to touch your
I tell
30s,
don't start.
why isn't your line in your name?
That's
I won't answer
That's
that one.
criminal behavior.
No, I'm going to be very honest with you. It is. It is criminal
Here's
behavior.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
My ID had a crack in the barcode.
I remember that.
So they can't scan it to put it in my names.
Why did you replace your ID?
Relax, let me land.
he's replacing it. But
No,
I'm replacing the
prior
ID.
to it being stolen, when it had a
you need to use
crack
this
in,
opportunity.
Yeah, that's
in
what
the
I'm trying to do. So
barcode.
let's first get the line.
Okay.
Then,
I just feel
when I process my thing,
What are you going to process? The ID?
the ID, yeah, then I will replace
in the
it.
kindest of ways, you're a grown ass man.
No, you can even change.
Right.
You can even change the, what do you call it?
Casper.
This current SIM card.
Let
that
the guy
you use
be.
as your boy's name, you can change it into your names.
Yes, he can.
Yeah,
but
I
you
know.
see,
I
when
can
he's
help you with
changing
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I need the SIM card
Now.
as soon as possible
need it.
because it's connected to banks, everything you get.
Yeah.
So it's not like let me wait, let me first go to Nira,
do this,
line up,
let me-
Yeah.
let me get the SIM card
That's
first.
where all the OTPs are
Then
sent.
I'll swap it.
To be fair, to
And this is also why I couldn't do it. The guy whose line it was registered in, you know him, was studying outside. You get. When he came back, his own were like, hey, let's do it. But then, that's when the IDs were expiring. We just said, brother, let's just do everything at once.
They postponed the expiry thing.
Yeah, but not like if I want to replace it,
Might as
I
well.
can as well just, yeah. So that's why. It's not like I was chilling and saying,
I mean,
But I think you can-
guys see each other every week.
can
multiple
later-
Yeah,
times
they've
a
been
week.
procrastinating it.
You've been procrastinating
procrastinating.
it.
I think later
And
you
it
can
just
switch the
happens so
ID.
sour.
You can
What
switch
was
the
it
SIM
necessary?
card from one ID to another.
you can
And
definitely.
then I think also it's because maybe you work where?
Remotely.
Remotely, like for non-Ugandan, like because your national ID, your SIM card, your NSSF, they are all linked to one another. Your SIM card has to be in your name for NSSF to
Send you messages.
send you messages and whatnot. And even if you're opening the account,
Let's not talk about this on my pod. I'll tell you after.
yeah.
So, yeah, man, that happened. So now we go there. I go with my guy. We replace the line. I get the line. We go to Revive, not Wellness. The other Revive.
Organic.
So we're chilling. MTN calls him on his number. Boom, man. The name's on the police letter, and the ID are different. Like 2 names, 3 names. So the line is not working till you come back. Like you could have told us from there. You get. So this was like Thursday. So yes, Good Friday, we're like, we chill. So yeah, all that is happening today.
Did I call you on Thursday?
Yes. I forgot to tell him.
Okay.
The PS5 that came on sale, bro. Not
Not that time.
I literally told him, I was like, man, I think that's that guy's priority right now, bro.
How much was it? Deal.
Deal,
bro.
bro.
Deal.
Yeah.
If it's still there. Never know.
Might be.
But yeah, man, that happened. There was something else. I
Sorry,
forgot
man.
what it
Like,
was.
my judgments aside for your SIM card and whatnot.
Yeah, you're being
I-
very judgmental.
I am being very judgmental, but as that aside,
Don't talk to me.
I am very sorry about your
Yeah, man.
night and your day.
And here's the thing. This is what I realized about people here. Because now I think the motto of my life is don't cry over spilled milk, bro. So I was covered by like afternoon of the next day.
I think reality hasn't yet hit. Trust me.
Like, he's still in denial.
Yes, you're still in
Still in
denial.
denial, but
because
the phone
once
disappeared.
reality hits, that's when you're gonna be like,
No,
yo.
I think
No.
it might legitimately
my phone
not
now.
be
Getting a new
that
phone
deep,
today.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
also this, I promise you can't have spent a whole week without a phone.
And it
you
has
think
not yet
reality
hit.
hasn't hit.
Especially how much he's on his phone for work.
Yeah.
Why it's just
That's
me?
been stressful.
Me, I have this attachment. I grow on gadgets, on technology.
Yeah. Then it's just you because now
It's
me.
moved.
No,
Here's
you
the
see, for
thing.
me, by the way, if the thing gets like spoiled or dies a natural death, I'm a bit okay.
It gets stolen.
You're depriving me of my thing.
Yeah.
This thing can hurt me.
I
for
remembered.
months.
I go and find mine. It's in the phone in Chigo.
Oh,
Chigo Road.
interesting.
Which you go? Entebbe.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, okay, I just blocked, put it in lost mode, blah, blah, blah. Moved.
Thieves work really hard.
Brother. From this ends to Chigo.
Guys
That guy was
pointed to
moving.
Chigo. Guys should have catch him.
These ones were tripping on van.
They thought they would
But
grab
can they
him.
even unlock those phones?
Yeah, they can, but it's a lot.
But they flash everything, right? Like the
Yeah,
process
yeah.
of unlocking deletes everything.
Yeah,
I
in a
hope.
way.
Well, for
They
us
can.
now we even lock the hardware, right?
It's not like cracking the iCloud. I think that's they have to
For us
crack the
now we-
iCloud.
Now the new iPhone setting is that you even lock the hardware. The hardware
Yeah.
can only work
Yeah.
on that phone. So even
Yeah.
if they take it
Yeah,
and they take the
serialized.
parts, it can only work on your
I
phone.
told you I want a new phone. Like I think I want a 17 at the end of this year, beginning of next year. And
Fair enough.
I'm against what's done in Congo. So guys,
Hey,
if you know, and man,
Pray for
Apple,
Congo,
find
bro.
a sustainable way to make iPhone 17 that's ethical.
Check.
and you better hurry
You
because
might
the
wait.
way things are looking right now with the tariffs, they buy I think
Really,
at like
nigga?
15M. That phone,
That phone, eh?
the price may go up.
Hey.
They're no longer making those in China. I can tell you that.
I can tell you
When
that.
they start
man.
making those in
no,
Austin,
no, no, no,
Texas.
no, 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 no.
The price may go up.
No. Trump said the tariffs don't apply to
Yeah, they don't
electricals
apply to
and
gadgets.
computers and gadgets.
Okay.
I think that so first of all, look at the shit his boys make.
Yeah.
Like the people around him.
Yeah.
He could not make that shit apply to electrics, gadgets, whatnot.
Okay.
Good.
I like this as a segue. Can we discuss the tariffs? I don't think we've discussed them on that.
China and whatnot. Guys,
They're calling it Donald 25.
how much is it? Like on a serious note, for shopping purposes,
Yeah.
how much is a flight to Guangzhou?
Guangzhou,
Maybe
China.
like 2K,
I would check,
3K.
but
Because
Like 2K, 3K.
seems
You're flying
that's
economy
where the
Maybe the
plot is
move.
or
at.
business.
Maybe
let me tell you, by the way,
Casper.
Economy, of course.
you guys have things.
Because like
It's just when you
Flying
bring it to
business.
guys won't know what it is.
No, there's a chick who said, there's a guy who said, Ocean Vision's like, you guys think Shein is cheap.
Yeah, but you
Ungu,
see,
what you're buying for $7, 10, 15, 20 on
it's
Shein,
$1, $2.
99 cents.
Just
you
that
see-
guy who posted the Yambo. I just went to, he said one of those fancy shops, and I bought this outfit. Man, shout out to you Chinese boys.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
guy, why are you so insensitive, man?
I feel like we shouldn't all get like swept up into like the American type. Like China being cheap is not new to anyone but the
It's-
Americans, bro.
It definitely is not new to anyone,
Yeah.
but because obviously, like, the hype was designer products, whatever you're buying at 10K is worth $500.
But you could
Is-
always get that in
Yes,
China. No?
designer has nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
I was not buying things at 10K.
yeah.
However, someone was buying things on Shein. If you're telling me that what I was buying on Shein, because Shein was, I think, was designed for like the American markets primarily.
Emirates is 2,400.
Hey.
yeah.
Right now. So you see,
Yeah,
it's still tricky
it's still tricky.
because it's still like China is still a very long
Yes,
way from
yeah.
here, man.
We just need to find a good sourcing thingy,
Yeah.
logistics type of arrangement.
Yeah.
But I
Those
still,
are there.
yes, they're there.
Those are there. Yeah.
I still feel like we are still like, because now they've revealed everything. They've revealed the hair, like the wigs, the what. And you know how guys overcame, they were like, if you guys are tripping about the prices of things in China, wait until you find out how much medicine is while it's still in India. I was like, oh,
That's the one that hurts.
bro,
That's the one that hurts me. That's
It's
the one
hella
that
cheap.
That cheap
hell-
'cause it's all like
hella cheap.
generic, bro.
Yeah.
Generic medicine.
Because like when these formulas are made or they're come up with, they're created, they usually have like patents on them that last a certain number of years, right?
Yeah.
So when those patents expire, India starts making the generic versions. So even when you go to a pharmacy right now, they can offer you like Germany or India. The Germany pill, they could tell you, okay, for your dosage, you'll pay 19,500. But the Indian pill, you'll pay 35. 35 is in Uganda with a profit. Imagine what it is in the Indian factory.
Probably even be free.
That can 3 bob strip of Panado extra.
Maybe just big.
Yeah, for
Giving
them,
out
it's
like
government
condoms.
You guys are paying for this.
You know, like how they give out condoms when you're entering some establishment.
This shit is free.
Maybe
though.
like that.
Because imagine
When you go to the
that.
hospital, you just pick
They've
strips
shipped
of
this thing
Panadol
from
there.
dozens. It has come all the way from India on a
They
boat
paid taxes.
and it reached here and it's 3 bob. How much does it actually cost?
Yeah.
It's free.
Anyway, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Donald 25, man. Obviously, I know by now everyone knows that Donald Trump has set these crazy tariffs on all imports into America. And he has kind of set them on different countries, imports on different countries. And it's kind of being spoken about in the media at this stage, or at least the media that we receive here, as like the beginning of like a recession, bro. They even called it Donald 25 because like they're saying all these tariffs that he has set in 2025 are going to set the craziest recession that we've seen since like 2008.
What's the story that broke the camel's bone here?
With what?
The camel's back.
Well, like where this whole thing started. He just woke up one morning and then he was like, "This isn't gonna happen."
I mean, he was saying it on his campaign trail.
Yeah.
So it's not new.
It depends also on the take you follow.
Yeah.
So now, like, because of the things I enjoy watching, the takes on my feed or the news I get access to is that they're saying that you remind yourself of the people that Donald surrounds himself with. Rich Republicans, people that own conglomerates
And
and,
who he
whatnot.
is.
And who he is as
Yeah,
well.
as a guy.
So now what they're saying is that because they're saying, because his thing is saying, why are American products foreign made, or why are we importing so many things? These are things we can do within America. You get. But the reason they do these things is because it's cheaper to have it made that side.
Yes.
The everyday small business owner cannot afford to make certain things in America, the everyday people. So what's going to happen is, at least this is my interpretation from what I've seen, what I've been fed, which might be biased, by the way, because, I don't watch conservative media or anything like that. So what they're saying is that the everyday small businesses in America cannot afford to produce his products, right? It's only Donald and his bad days, the rich, like the big conglomerates, the big businesses that can afford these things. You get? So in the process, the poor are going to get poorer, while the rich are going to get richer. Because if you're cutting out the cheap manufacturing being done in China, the everyday American small business owner can't make it. It's only the rich that can do it.
Yeah.
So the richer get richer, the poor get poorer. And Donald is surrounded by the rich. He is a rich man himself.
Yeah.
There's a caveat to the tariffs as well. For him, that is true. Also, one of the reasons of the tariffs is every country is also has tariffs on US produced goods. So for him, it's like, why are you guys tariffing us or setting tariffs? And for us, we're not doing it back. So that's why he was saying, I want to tariff you till you remove your tariffs, then I can remove mine. You get? So it's not exactly straightforward with everything produced here, blah, 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 blah. It's because, for example, with Canada gets, what is it? I think oil, electric, like a bunch of things.
From America.
What type
from
of
America.
oil? What type of oil? Like crude oil?
I know it's energy things.
Crude oil?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets a bunch of
Interesting.
things from America.
America has oil, bro.
And it has tariffs.
Then why are they squatting
They need more.
in every area that has oil in the world?
They need more.
Do you know a country that has been taking oil as well? Like, show me.
A really large part of America's like the thing that like boosted America's growth was oil.
Yeah, oil. They have oil. So Canada is getting all
Rockefeller
these things
days.
But
from.
do they have
Rockefeller was an oil guy.
do they have more oil than the Middle East?
America is
Nah.
massive.
Brother, let me
They
tell you,
have more
they
oil
might
than
not,
the Middle
yeah?
East.
I know about more because they've also been drilling it longer, but
Yeah.
they have they
Because
have oil.
you know, if you say something is massive, Congo is massive. You think the minerals are in every part of Congo?
No, that's not it. It's just America has oil.
Yeah.
Canada is next to America. So Canada gets its oil from there. It gets also a bunch of energy from the US. But that just is tariffed by Canada. So now for him, it's like, boss, you guys have all these tariffs on us. We are getting, you know, they get like lumber from like wood, blah, 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 from Canada. And it's not. So that's why he set a tariff on Canada. So there are particular countries that have higher tariffs than others. I know there's even like a 10% tariff on South Africa, just like that. So like if you
Almost
look
all
through that
African
list,
countries is 10%.
yeah, if you look at that list,
Even us.
yeah,
I was going to ask you.
Even
Do you
us.
own anything made in America?
Made.
Not designed, made. Do you own anything that has the tag
made
in America?
I have
You
to
can
really
search
think
your whole
about that
house.
one. Yeah, I have to
yeah,
really
and
think
so
about
now
that.
that's the point.
But that's
Actually
his
funny.
problem. though.
that's
his
the
thing.
point he's trying to make. Like,
Yeah.
if the tariff is
All we have is just
entirely-
assembled. It's
You
just
get
assembled in the
designed.
States.
Yeah.
You don't
It's
have
not
But you see
anything.
made.
that's there but I think this roadcaster is it not made in America? I don't know.
It's probably
Maybe not.
assembled in
Maybe
the
You're going to
States.
be
It's
It's an
very
American
shocked.
company probably,
You're
but
going to
not
be very shocked turn around and say made in Taiwan.
that Casio is made where?
Casio.
Like Vietnam or something.
Vietnam, something like
What was I
that.
going to say? Just to land the point I'm making, I don't think his point is everything should be made in America. His point is to equalize the tariffs that other countries have on America. Yeah? And with economic things, I don't think it's as simple as saying it's going to cause a recession. You get? Because you
Yeah.
can never know.
You can't
Yeah,
know.
you-
You can't know how
But
it's going to
the
play
only
out.
issue is the stock market, because that one just reacts to news.
True.
Did
That's where the
plummet.
real issue is. But you cannot know right now.
Yeah.
The stock prices plummet for some
They plummet
items.
and
also.
rise every day.
Yeah,
bro.
the guys who eat
Yeah.
off those rises and drops.
Yeah, as I was saying, this guy had a very interesting take on it. He was saying resources, money is like energy. It's never lost. Like energy never dies.
Just
So,
for someone
yes.
else.
So every time you see one area crashing, there are guys eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is
Definitely.
never a situation in which the money disappears. Money then disappear.
What's the thing? Energy is only transferred. It's never lost.
Yeah,
But-
energy is never lost. So it's like same applies for money. So whoever's money has disappeared.
So they say like when
There are
some
guys munching right now.
And let me tell
when
you,
some guy is making money, meaning there is some sucker who lost.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, Siddo is buying a new phone. The guy who stole his phone has dengue.
Some guy was Nyamdi has a new wallo. He has an ID which he can use to. What guys? I don't know what he's going to use that car ID for.
Yeah.
To scrape something. I don't know what
He has
he's
a
going to use it for.
Because that car ID at GAM.
He has that 20 bob.
He has a 20 bob.
Yeah, by the way, they said that if you want to determine someone's financial status, it has to be the length of time someone takes to replace a stolen thing.
I hate him, eh?
Yeah.
Facts.
I don't like that because now it makes me look up.
No, and
Listen.
I'm going to be very honest with you. A lot of the times, yeah, people don't realize that you can't afford the shit you're holding.
Yeah.
Just
That's the
because,
problem, yeah.
just because you're holding a phone does
Yeah,
not mean you can afford it.
yeah.
Because
Actually-
if it goes missing
Can't afford to
today,
replace it.
I think it goes
Tough.
back to this thing like to buy a car, you have to be able to buy it twice. Is it?
That's
To
Is it
buy
a
it.
Benz?
Jay-Z jazz.
Does that
I
apply
don't
to
like
a
that.
Benz or
to
something?
buy anything, and I'm not gonna hold you though. Like having the money, like let's say if a phone, let's put it at net value. If the phone is 1,000 USD, right? If rejecting that 1,000 USD off your account twists you in the
Yeah.
left ventricle, you know,
Yeah.
not much said.
That's definitely true. But the reason that's why I don't agree with that saying is because it doesn't apply for business guys. So now to open silo, I need to afford 2 silos.
No.
So it's a bit different.
They don't be talking about
Yeah,
investments.
I know they talk about commodities as well.
Liabilities.
But like, to
Yeah,
buy 2 cars, I need to be able to afford.
yeah,
I
I
need to
just
buy a car.
disagree with it on the principle.
Nah.
Like I feel like it's just
No, to be like to be
just a super rich
among the guys
person
who can
that
actually
says something.
afford
Yes,
that
yeah. But-
particular car, you
I
have to
feel
be
like
able
that
to
guy
buy
was
it twice.
just that guy
I
had
think that's just a
money.
super rich person who said
You
that.
get,
But
Like,
I'm
I think
also-
Jay-Z or
first
someone
still
said that.
super rich, a liquid guy.
Yeah.
That
But
guy-
I'm
Drug
also,
dealer, that guy
I'm
sold
also
drugs.
going to be honest with you. There are certain things where I feel like I can't afford because I don't want to afford. Like, I don't want to afford a phone. I have never bought a phone in my life.
Yeah.
Never.
No.
That's nice.
With my money.
That's
My
nice.
previous phone, they stole my phone in. I had a phone, they stole it in uni. My brother gave me a phone, bought me a phone. That phone died. My mom bought me a phone. It's like in 4th year. That phone died. A man bought me this phone. I don't want to buy.
This is a total man.
Women, bro. It's just yeah, I mean, try to relate to that one.
I have bought one of my
I
last
tried to
4
relate to
phones,
that.
bro.
I want
Yeah.
a phone. I want a phone end of this year or beginning next. I think like beginning of next
That's
year.
gonna be the very first one you buy
I
yourself.
am not buying a phone.
Although I bought my first phone in S6 vac, I'll say that.
I'm not buying.
Buying
My dad made me. He made me buy it. Give me that nice baby pill, that nice back.
But
You're
anyway,
lying.
Swear down.
Damn.
You couldn't say daddy no.
No, I think he was trying to like
teach you.
yeah,
like,
I think it was a
yeah.
teachable moment for
I think it's the same thing which happened with me and my mom. She paid half of it. She was like, "You find that other half, I'm giving you half of it."
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
That's Kawa. That's Kawa.
no.
I know my guy. The parents bought him a car. This guy was overjoyed.
Yeah.
They told him so now each month.
Yeah, you guys know.
No, I'm
don't
gonna
like
be.
our
I'm
story
gonna be
already.
very honest with you. Maybe it's a last born thing. Maybe it's an only girl
It's a
thing.
chick thing.
It's a chick thing.
I don't know how my mom can buy me something and then tells me, "Okay, now you're gonna pay me back." I'll say, "Mommy, as in."
It's a chick thing.
but you know that there are some households where like they can start telling you to pay rent.
to live in the house.
Yes.
Big.
Badly.
There is a certain
You be
amount
there.
you're supposed to contribute.
To
Though
the
some
household,
parents, what they do, they be taking that money from you, and maybe a time to when you decide to move
Or they'll
out,
give you
they
the
can give
money.
it back. But they don't tell you when you're paying it.
That's sweet.
No. My mom is of the school of thought of I'm a girl. I should be like when I'm facing the world, when I'm meeting men and interacting with men, they should know that I come from a home like the people who love me at home. they love me. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to eat.
Definitely a girl
There's
thing.
food at home.
Definitely a girl
Yeah,
thing. Because
so-
guys, first of all, I also think it's just a guy thing not to want to ask your parents. Does that make sense? Like, if say, if Momo has jam and I can't go to the bank and I need money to like leave home today, I'd ask my boys before my mom. And my mom is in the same house. It might just be like a me thing or a guy thing, but like I'd rather not.
She's the last option.
No, by the way,
not last.
I've got to find out it might not necessarily be a girl thing because I know girls who are firstborns though, but their moms are like, no. If anything, their moms give them some sort of responsibility to assist with the younger children. But I say this, like I even make this joke with my mom because unfortunately she told me the truth. My mom wanted a daughter, she only had sons, so she very intentionally had me. She prayed for me, she got me. So every day when like, she can be like, oh, so what are you going to do? It's like, Mommy, I'm going to ask you, as it. Like I have a mom. My
But
mom
that's
loves me.
I think it's very heavily a girl thing.
Yeah, I think it's not just because you're a girl.
No,
It's just
but that's
a
what I
right
said.
parenthood
It depends.
thingy.
Firstborn daughters. It's not a
Tough.
life I wish on anyone.
Yeah.
You're an assistant mom sometimes.
Shout out my big sis, man. Back to Donald Trump.
That's
bro.
my big sis as well.
Back to Donald Trump, man. I think, had you landed your point? I think you had.
Yeah, I think my point was that
Yeah.
the media can't.
Yeah.
They are not experts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real
Yeah.
experts will judge us in like a year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think for me, like, whenever I see only one side of a story being told, or a story being told in only one particular way, you know what I keep telling you. Like, I know that then there's another side that like is clearly being
Yeah.
maybe suppressed, or maybe there's another perspective, right?
Yeah.
So with the Donald Trump thing, from the jump, this guy has clearly been like, he has been part of like this wave of like nationalist politicians.
Yeah.
Donald
Even
Trump,
populist as well.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
populist. The word populist confuses me just because like it's politics. So like,
Okay.
you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
definitely nationalist, bro. Like his first campaign was "Make America Great Again." This second one, and "Make America Great Again," was very heavy on immigration.
Yeah.
So America for Americans, but in a sense of these people are coming in and taking our jobs. These people are coming in and like messing with social security. Like those were his vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now with this second term, it's very clear that he's on like economic nationalism now.
Yeah.
So it's still America for Americans.
And health as well. Because now there's also Make America Healthy Again. Like he has a bunch of things.
I guess.
Yeah.
But now particularly to these tariffs and whatnot, I guess the goal of these tariffs is to discourage importation and encourage local manufacturing, local sourcing, local all of that, right?
What awawu. You know how we have
Boo boo.
We have
it
boo-boo.
would be Baba. Buy America. What?
Yeah, but
Boo-boo.
even,
Buy America builds.
It's Baba.
Yeah, Baba.
What was saying?
So-
Wow.
I was like, awawu. Can't be
Where
awawu.
was
It's
W coming
Yeah.
from?
Because it was trying to be boo boo, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's Baba.
yeah.
Yeah.
Buy America.
So similar,
Build
like
America.
even that, and that's a nationalist, like
Yeah,
economic
it's very
policy,
nationalist as well.
in a sense that instead of us importing all of these things, let us make importation more expensive so that guys would prefer to manufacture from here, right? So I guess that is his goal.
What?
Now, to the point that you are making of the other countries and how I guess they've treated America in the past, it's hard to like imagine that America can say, man, you guys are being unfair to us,
Right.
your trade practices, right?
Right?
But strangely, it seems like when you look at some of these like economic, I guess, trade agreements that they had with other countries, legitimately, they were seemingly getting the shorter end of the
Brother,
stick.
the figures, like if you look at the figures,
Yeah, like I
it's
saw that.
bad, bro.
I saw that China, they call it like a trade imbalance.
Mm.
But if you compare the amount of Chinese products that enter America as compared to the American products that go to China, I said the difference is like $300 billion or something like that.
Bad. And that's annually, not
Last year.
I'm not gonna hold you though.
Yeah.
Like, China is self-sufficient.
Yeah, but now
Yeah.
you see,
You get
and
Now
that's,
that's
the,
one
that's the
country.
next point.
yeah. Now, if for instance, right now, China decides to put up tariffs against all of us, I can cry.
No, but you see,
Yeah.
that's the point that Donald Trump is making. He's saying all the other powerhouses have nationalistic economic policies. So China is very heavy on being self-sufficient. So America is like, bruh, what's stopping us from being
I have a
self-sufficient?
question
Called
for you.
vertically integrated, is it? What is
I
that
guess.
term?
Yeah, I guess when everything like it's like an ecosystem.
I
on
have
the
I have a question for you on that front.
inside. Yeah.
I saw a take from some economist, I've forgotten his name, and he was saying America is trying to implement socialist practices and policies
Yes.
economically.
Yeah.
But socialist economics, he said even politics,
Yeah.
but they don't want to call it that.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They were like, China's what, socialist, communist?
Communist.
Communist.
China is communist. So
Yeah.
did he say socialist or communist? I think even
Communist.
They are
China is
capitalist and
communist. I think
It's a
communism.
bit of both, I
It's
guess.
a bit of both.
Yeah.
And he said they want to implement these practices like China, communist practices and whatnot. They don't want to call it communism though. And they also don't call it communism, and they don't want to do the things that it requires to become a communist country.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because if you want to be self-sustaining to that extent, you have to provide the resources for the man on the ground to be able
Yes.
to live this type of life. Because the man on the ground has been buying the China product.
Yeah.
You dig?
You know, that thing is going to put
But okay.
the owners of companies in a tight spot. Because now, like, when they start manufacturing in the United States, they have to pay people the wages,
Yeah.
which are equivalent to the amount of wage which you would
Yeah.
give to a person who is
Which will
living
make
in
the
a country
price of
like the
products
United
Yeah.
States.
And here's the thing.
And I'm not going to hold you. You can already see with him saying, okay, these tariffs apply except on technology and gadgets and what. I'm certain that the people that are aligned with his causes and whatnot, who this will negatively impact, are going to find shady ways out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because,
tricky,
his
bro.
first
Here's the thing,
exemption
Yeah.
being technology. And
Only because I think that's where like and I don't think it's a full exemption. I don't think it's a full.
It was
full
an exemption to the 104%. It wasn't a full exemption to every tariff. The 10% on those is still there.
Because what I've seen, their biggest issue with the Chinese is the technology shit, as in IP being stolen, and also like I don't know, the Chinese kind of like hiding things from them.
Yeah. Let me tell you,
You know what
first
I
of
mean?
all, here's the thing. Whether you support that guy or not,
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to like the tariff things, I don't think we shall face the brunt as much as the other countries in Africa. You get? Like it will trickle down. So I can see why people are invested, but let's not assume that guy is stupid. Yeah? That's the first
Did you see
thing.
the interview of him talking about this on Oprah in like 1981 or some
talking
shit?
about who?
What was it?
About this plan. Like they asked him if he was president, what he would do, and he did literally describe what he's doing now.
Yeah.
He said, I feel like our neighbors are benefiting too much from us. Our trade partners are benefiting too much from us. I feel like it should be fairer. I think America should do tariffs like this.
I don't
so
think
long
that
as
guy
it
is
does-
stupid.
He
Do I
can't
think?
be.
Do I think what he's doing is kawa? I think he has the right idea. You can't know if it's the right way to do it right now.
I think it's the only way.
And here's the thing: if they're trying to achieve that, they have every right to. But here's the back to your point of like communism and socialism doesn't. It is heavily impossible because one, America is heavily capitalist. That's literally what drives the country.
Yes.
Him himself is such a capitalist man, so I don't think he's even looking to make the country communist or socialist. If anything, the socialists are on the other side.
Would you
That's
s-
that
I don't
AOC
think,
chick
but I don't think
and,
he has to be fully communist in order to like
Yeah.
for this plan of his
No,
to
he
succeed.
doesn't
Yeah.
want the
I get what you're saying.
Yes,
Yeah. So I'm
like-
just saying, like, even him, he thrives on
off
capitalism.
of capitalism.
So does his boys. I mean, look at Musk. Look at like his guys.
Yeah,
They also thrive off of it. Then to add to that, I also just think America is too divided to achieve that. Too divided.
100%. But here's the thing: with stuff like that, with political ideologies, it's never about unity. It's that the government comes and places
They've
something.
decided.
You think
The guy-
guys,
the
you
guy
think guys here on the
definitely has
ground be
everything.
like, I
No,
want.
but-
Now let me tell you the funniest
been
thing.
done.
The last vote they had on those tariffs,
Yeah.
not the last one, it was even. It was like 47, 46 in the House. There is one where the Democrats also voted on the Republican side for some of those tariffs. So I think it's the only way he can do it right now to achieve what he wants to do. Here's what's going to happen though. Once he leaves office like so.
They're going to reverse them. For me, my beef. My
It's like
thing
a
is,
cycle with the US.
It's a cycle with the US, and I feel like it's a total waste of resources and time.
I don't think so.
I don't
Wait.
think so.
No, this thing of like one government comes and does something. The next thing, Republicans come
different thing.
and do everything Democrats do.
I
The
don't
next
think-
one, Democrats come and do whatever Republicans do.
I'll be surprised if a Democrat is the next president.
Do you guys think
I think
that
that they're going to have a line.
It's
No.
almost impossible.
For what?
I think it's going to be like 3 Republican presidents in a row.
Why?
America.
Let me
is
tell you,
strange.
No, listen, have you been seeing Republicans on the ground? Have you been seeing their takes right now? Have you been seeing Republicans' takes right now?
Yeah, I've been seeing.
What is it like on the ground right
I
now?
will tell you this.
Unless things, you see, we can't tell what the effect of this is going to be by 2028 rather.
Yeah.
But as of April 2025, the Republicans on ground, the ones who are loaded on ground,
Farmers, those guys.
they are
who
not
gnashing
happy
a
with
bit.
how this is affecting them right
But also
now.
it's
I
like
will
you
tell you
said,
this.
like-
That is also okay. No, you first.
I'm just saying, all your media is very left leaning.
That's what I was
True,
going to
yeah,
say.
all
That's
my
what I
So
was
they'll
going
show
to
you
say.
only the Republicans
Yeah,
who
my
are saying
media is-
left-leaning
My
jazz.
media
Because-
is very left-leaning.
Let me tell you, if anything, that guy's numbers right now, according to those Rasmussen polls, are the highest they have been.
Bro,
Highest they
My
have
issue-
ever been.
and while I was reading up on this thing, like, the fact that every other country or region is doing the same stuff, like, everyone is adopting this nationalist, be like self-sufficient
Even here, by
jazz.
the way. Even here, if you dip it.
Yeah, like, everyone is leaning in that direction. Just that not everyone, like, so many things are connected to America that when America decides to do it, because I think America has, like, thrived the most off of not being self-sufficient. Like, for them, they've blasted off that globalization heavily.
Yes.
Them and China, right? But I feel like now that America is saying, now even us want to now do things from within, so you guys need to bounce. It hurts too many people, so guys are making a big storm. But I've seen Europe have done the same thing.
Yeah, badly.
The
bro.
Chinese have done the
that's
same
what-
thing.
that's-
The
that was
Russians have
that
done
was
the same
birth
thing.
of Brexit.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
nationalist.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's such a tricky thing. I don't think you can see it now. And back to that point, I think the reason as to why I think the next president will be Republican is not because the Democrats don't have support. But right now, the Republicans seem to be in charge a lot. And secondly, the Democratic nominees they are fronting.
Who are the
luck
Republican
to them.
nominees? Because I can tell you he's VP. There's no way in hell that nigga can be president.
Casper.
No.
Hey,
Let me tell you
they
something
play.
about America.
Abjab.
They play.
Never
Do you
say
know
never
he's
Anyway,
in
never
that
say never
country.
true.
Do you know he has the highest odds right
He's
now?
young
True.
and he has
And
gas.
charismatic, bro.
Speaking of youth, guys.
You'll be shocked.
Speaking of youth, I want a law to be passed,
Uh,
where if the difference between your age and 100, yeah, is smaller than your age
to zero.
to 45,
Yeah.
should not be allowed to do anything important.
These are just the president was saying. That people discriminate against old people, man.
No, I'm going to
This
be
is what the president said.
I'm-
I see. The youth are discriminating against the old. Why?
I'm going to be very, 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 very honest with you.
You
Yeah.
see them saying this week
That
that
is the
Donald Trump is the
funniest
healthiest man in America.
I said, that nigga looks like orange flavored porridge.
Americans are so silly.
It looks like porridge.
But part of the test was that he has to race a stallion. And the stallion lost, bro.
Can
But
I
you
be
know, the
honest
thing
with you?
is,
Why,
he
why does
himself-
the, why does the nigga, why does he color himself orange?
He turns himself, I guess.
That
Do you
guy
see-
himself
Do you
is
see the
dumb,
creases
bro.
on his face, like the wrinkles? The color doesn't quite sip into.
Is it?
Yeah, so you can see like how certain wrinkled parts are not quite as orange as the flat skin.
I don't know,
Like
man.
you look like a clown. Yo, what are you doing?
Let me tell you.
Nah.
by the way,
That's his iconic
if
look.
guys
That's his
take away,
signature
if guys
look.
take away the beef, that guy is actually stupid, bro.
He's a fool.
Remember that time when he took
So funny.
when they tested him for something and he goes like, see, they tested me, they checked my blood, but I wasn't bleeding red. I was bleeding USA.
Oh no, when he had COVID.
Yeah.
What a fool.
He's so
That
funny.
guy is so stupid.
No,
a comedian.
guys
But-
were saying, you know how his numbers or whatever in terms of numbers, and then they were saying there was this thing going around of what if he removes the limits, the
the
term
president,
limits,
it can't happen.
and then they started showing Barack but with like a LeBron soundtrack in the back. And then they were like, when it comes to numbers,
Or maybe him.
there's no one that
Yeah,
does
yeah, no,
knows
no, no,
numbers like Barack.
Maybe him.
But I don't think Barack
Yeah.
will come back.
But I'll tell you this.
Even though
that-
they removed,
If he had no
They-
choice.
Anga,
If he had no
the
choice.
party has like
No,
no,
if
if they
he had
remove
no
the
choice.
law.
Hey.
Yeah.
You think
If
the
he had
party?
no choice,
you think
he
the
would
party
have
would
to
tell
come
him, brother?
No one else can do the numbers can do.
I don't think he
Do you know?
wants to.
Do you know
come
the
back.
other Democratic nominee they have?
Oh.
The California guy. What's his name? Gavin Newsom. That is the front-running Democratic
No,
nominee.
that's what I was going to say
Hey.
about the next president. I think it's going to depend on who both parties bring.
I think the Republicans will bring the VP.
All both
I
parties
heavily think so.
bring, because anyway, I can't. In 2008 we were children, so we don't know what the air was like when Barack
Also-
was being fronted as, you know.
We didn't have the media we have
I
today.
remember.
No, I don't mean
Remember
when
the
he.
vibes, bro.
I don't mean
Yes, we
when he
can.
was running.
I was also saying that yes, we can.
Yes,
from
no,
home.
no.
Also, yes, we
I'm not
can.
saying when he was running,
Yeah.
because he ran in 2008.
Or
or
before
won.
he ran.
But they've been knowing by 2004
Yeah.
that Barack will come in 2008.
Yeah.
So in 2004 we were, what,
Yeah,
6,
well,
whatever.
well,
So
well,
you
alive.
can't know what the energy was like in 2004.
They always know after the midterms, which is what, 2026?
But in 2008, I can tell you this: the whole world stood still.
100%.
Like, what do you mean?
We also had Barack match at home.
Yeah.
An American football shot.
What's
yes,
that?
we can,
That
bro.
thing of theirs that's like a long spear. That monument
I don't know.
where guys
Oh.
were standing, bro. I remember that vision in my head so
No,
well.
I
Bro.
felt I got emotional as a child. I was like, "What do you
But
mean?"
I'll tell you this: if the Democrats they don't have a good nominee by 2028, Republicans are winning.
I don't think
100%
no.
guaranteed.
It's not even about competence. It's about charisma.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
charisma.
Because JD Vance is charismatic, bro.
I just
Charismatic.
politics has so much to do with like how people feel. I feel that so many Americans were embarrassed during the Biden era, and mind
Yeah.
you, I actually think that Biden might have done a lot of things,
Yeah.
like actual things done. He might have done things, but the look just made them look weak, feeble, bro.
Yeah, but also, you know, sometimes and this is what I feel.
leg.
This is why. Whose leg did I cover? Mine. No, it was just a table shaking. I didn't cover my leg. The thing is, though, this is why, and I'm not even being ageist. I respect old people. I love old people. When I see videos of old people, they make me cry. But like, I just feel like, not like Biden. I saw a picture of Biden participating in those things, the marches in the 60s. You get
Yeah.
fighting for equal rights for black people and whatnot. Very serious participant in those
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But my thing is, if you were marching in the 1960s,
Everyone else is dead.
What's the other guy? The
Eh?
other Democrat guy, Bernie Sanders.
also Bernie Sanders, that nigga was not playing. It's
Sanders
about,
could have
That
won.
guy had grey hair.
Could have won.
Grey hair.
Yeah.
He had grey hair then.
yeah.
Sanders could have won.
And now here's my thing, and I mean this in the best way possible. The human body plateaus, goes up, has a line, quickly
Dips.
goes down.
Yeah.
At 80,
I
you're
hear it.
very close to
I
the
hear
end
it.
of this plateau.
I hear it. Did you see?
Actually, that's the age limit.
Eh?
That's the age limit. That's the what? What they call it?
You can't stand
What they call
beyond 80.
what they call that thing?
It's an age limit.
No,
limit
how
is
old was
called,
Biden before he stepped down?
What they call that age?
82,
when,
but you can't stand
No, what
past
they-
80. You
what do
can
they
stand at
call,
79.
what they call the age when guys die? What they call that? Life expectancy.
Uh-huh. 80,
yeah.
80 is not the life expectancy,
In
mind
America,
you.
I think it's 80 now.
It is.
It's 80 right
It's
now.
80.
The life
In
expectancy.
the US, yeah.
Maybe in the US.
So it's been 80, isn't it?
Guys, I thought the life expectancy is like, who has data?
In the US, it's
In the
80.
States, it's been always
Here,
80.
it's over 60. It keeps dipping.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
45.
Eh?
50. Actually.
Here, it's dipping.
If,
man.
that's-
if it's
For men.
50, you're telling me that right now you
There's a
passed
country,
middle age.
one of those
I'm a middle-aged man
Scandinavian
right
countries, it's over 8, it's over 90.
You've
Yeah.
lived
Yeah.
half your life.
China
as
is
we
probably higher.
Hmm?
China is probably higher.
You,
In China, you can't.
You've lived half your
China's
life as
that
we speak.
Yeah,
country,
it's
they know.
midlife.
No wonder
Those
you
guys
can't
are too
sit.
easy.
It's a
properly.
midlife crisis, but I can't sit on my heels.
No
What?
wonder your knees be. No, this
Yeah,
nigga was
this guy
falling
can't
left,
run.
right, and
Brother, let me tell you, I've already
That's
passed
what-
half the life
We're almost there,
expectancy.
man. We're almost there.
and I'm here telling you can't be present.
Literally.
What was I going to say?
Oh, Uganda is 63.
Yeah, it's
Uganda.
about
And the
60.
States?
That
Yeah.
one I remember. The States, maybe if it has dipped now, but it was 80 like last year, is it? Something like that.
77.
77.
It's not
there we go.
80.
But you can see
But
that
it's
is
close.
that is
Yeah,
it.
but you see what I mean is like, respectfully speaking, majority of the world does not exist in that half of the
True. But
century.
then also, if you give young people presidency,
No. When I say, I'm not talking about a 35-year-old. I deal with 35-year-olds
I think a
regularly.
35-year-old would be the best, though.
For president,
Let me
think
tell
like
you.
40,
Let me tell
45.
you why a 35-year-old would be the best. And we're going to now. We're shifting from America. We're bringing things back here. I want to talk about this power crisis, as in electricity.
Mm-hmm.
For you, I know you're passionate about this subject.
Very passionate. That's why I'm there.
So
For,
we need to talk about that.
for
thing.
reference,
Yeah.
you're 28 years old.
I'm 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that so many decisions that get made, they're made without enough foresight, right? Some of the decisions, especially concerning money, and we're going to talk about loans in this segment. There's certain loans that the government gets with the awareness that they're not going to be here when those loans are being paid.
100%.
And I think this is something that we've discussed for ever since we were kids. People be saying these things like, who's going to pay this money off? It will be our children, right?
Yeah.
At 35, there's some decisions that you're not going to make because you know you'll still be here
Yeah.
for the fallout of those decisions. Now, let's get into this power thing. Obviously, we all know UEDCL took over from Umeme
30th
a couple
of
of
March.
weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Umeme had been here for 20 years. Their concession had been for 20 years. So Umeme has been giving us power for the last 20 years, distributing power all over Uganda. And to be fair, I think Umeme did a decent job. Compared to the way things were rough in the beginning.
I'm not going to hold you. You know, I was telling you how last
Wait.
time we were at Cardamom and there was someone in the background saying she was born in 2007.
Yeah,
If you're born in 2007, you don't
things
know.
were sweet.
Did they
By the time
change?
they were born.
Did they change UBE? UBE. Was it
UEB.
UBE?
UEB,
UEB.
Uganda Electricity
Yeah,
Board.
UEB turned into Umeme.
Not turning
Not
to.
really.
Umeme was a
Transferred.
private
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, like
So,
gave Umeme, they gave
UEB.
Umeme a contract.
But I
Something
can't believe that I was there when you were still using UEB.
UEB. So here's
Oh,
what
you our
I
age.
feel old,
UEB.
bro.
We found out you our age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're our
UEB
age mate.
can-
We've been treating you like our
Okay.
younger bro.
Yeah.
You're actually our age man, bro.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not-
it. But UEB gave it to Umeme. That's distribution.
Yeah.
But it has UEGCL, it has UETCL, it has UEDC. So it just
Yes.
as if transformed into those three.
It has multiple branches.
Yeah.
So, Umeme, to be fair, I think Umeme did a very decent job.
They definitely did.
Because things were rough in the beginning, but they set up the infrastructure.
Remember when we had that load shedding time?
Load shedding was a problem in the beginning.
No,
When
I
Umeme had even
days.
want
taken
to
over.
give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
At UEB, they'll give you your schedule.
Yeah. They'll give you like a
In our
timetable for the
in our
month.
UEB days, you guys of born in 2007, you don't know. You'd be there, they tell you, oh,
Today.
you're not having Kara. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
On
you know.
Wednesday, you iron your clothes till Friday.
On Wednesday, you watch wrestling until 1 a.m. Because you know,
Yeah.
Like you
you
know,
know,
man.
you don't have
Sometimes
card.
you go in the middle of the night. You're like, it's not yet even tomorrow.
It's not
yet.
you tomorrow. You feel cheated. You're like,
Yeah.
I remember those things. The guys are. Do you remember those blue lamps that had like those blue
Yeah.
thingies that
Tata-
you do like
Tata-
so?
Yes, the
Tadoba, what?
paraffin lamps.
No, Tadoba was
What's
were the
Tadoba?
small ones that were like
The lanterns.
There were those
telling
blue
guys,
ones
bro.
that had like a thing you
What
twist.
happened to the candle market when Umeme like became stable? Candle guys were counting money back in the day, bro. Candles were what, 500 or 1K?
500.
The long candles. Oh my God, you used
No,
to
they
buy
became
them.
500 after they were
When
300.
power would go and you realize you don't have
Candles.
You're like,
You're like,
damn.
"Chuka,
Candles and
new."
matchboxes.
Now these guys are pivoted into making scented candles.
Now see.
Yeah.
Scented candles like 50
And
bob.
here's the thing. Back in the day, scented candles. you
I'd
need-
never heard of it.
But they would
I
just want light.
I'd never
get-
seen I didn't know candles could have
Mind
scent.
you.
And you'd have
They
like
could have
6
color though. Might be like a yellow, like a blue one, like a red one. They would have color.
You know what used to kill me? It's in the morning, guys are with knives on the table scratching off wax.
Yes. Who
Mind
left
you.
the candle without a plate?
Actually, there were even those guys who would like these hawkers who would move with these thingies where they place the candle.
The candle holder. We have one at home.
Those guys went out of business, Bambi.
No wonder fires were so common back in the day.
Yes.
They
Because
are barbecuing
You have
themselves.
12 candles lit
In the
throughout
crib,
the house.
bro.
Like,
And it was so dangerous.
You're
to
not
leave your
even
candle.
and you're
having a
shit on
candlelight
as you're
dinner.
going to sleep.
Even kerosene, by the way. You know, guys would
You
go
know
to the
what?
petrol station and buy like a kajiri kind of paraffin.
Yeah.
What?
For
the
that
lamp.
Like a lamp.
For that car lamp, that car blue lamp.
I've actually noticed that
I'm not gonna be honest
most.
with you, I was
Even those
somewhat
guys
of a
made so
clumsy
much
kid.
money.
Remember the
I've
pressure
Not
noticed
lamp?
the-
allowed layer lamps.
As we had
The
a gas
steamers,
lamp.
they're called, and they're the
Gas
steamers.
lamps together, but you
Those
gas
which used
one.
to make a sound.
Yes,
That thing
that's
there.
what we
That
had.
just was
That's what we had.
Was
But
it
I was not.
exploded in
That
Bogota?
thing was, it was bright.
What
The
they
sugar is
used to
talking
call
about the steamers.
No, that was a gas. It's literally
It-
connected
you
to
pump
a
it.
gas cylinder.
I
Eh.
made a sound.
It had like a
Yeah.
thing, you pump
Yeah.
it like so.
Yeah.
Then it lights.
That's what we had. I remember that.
What
sound.
was the thing that used to light? It was like a cloth car thing. It's the one that used to burn and light on those gas.
Yes.
The white light
You'd
thing.
buy
It was like a Molotov. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it was
Yeah.
like a bowl. Do you remember that thing? I have seen those
remember it.
gas lights.
Let me
Anyway.
let me
It's like
not
a thing you would
front.
put it there.
Yes.
It was like a gauze,
You'd
like
buy
a
it.
medical
Yeah, it was
gauze.
like a gauze.
Yes.
I wasn't allowed to touch lamps. I was clumsy as a child. I wasn't allowed
She
near.
was bathing, bro.
As what?
You were bathing.
What do
You
you
too, yeah.
What
You've lived a
part?
soft life.
I've
You've
lived a
soft life. Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
You've lived a very soft
Because
life.
I wasn't allowed.
When you weren't there,
What,
when you were
what are you
younger.
allowed to do? That's what I want to know. What did you do?
No, here's the thing. I was one of those people who used to, like, if you gave me a plate to take to the kitchen, the chances of that plate reaching the kitchen, slim.
Yeah.
Why?
What's up?
Are you a
Breaking
bliptic?
Breaking should.
Why are you like?
That's so rude.
Alright,
And so yeah, so for until I got stable, and I got stable at like 11.
yeah.
You never removed the fuse from the fuse box.
What?
No.
You never did that, Jazz?
I couldn't play with electricity.
No.
I wasn't allowed to play with
She was living on tetratonic plates. You know these things which are moving.
Let me tell you.
And also remember, they always kept
You're
things
actively
high
moving
up.
in her world.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I was in the under 5 foot range until like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're playing with the fuses in the box,
Couldn't
man.
reach.
When Kara games
Anyways,
booms, you have to like flip this.
back to the topic. Back to the topic. So Meme did a very decent job. I'll say in the last I'll say 10 maybe 15 years of
Yeah,
their
more
like,
than 10 definitely.
they really stabilized the power in most parts. Maybe Nigeria guys may have something different to say, but like most parts of Kampala, they stabilized things.
This part of Naka division was Kawa.
Yeah, there are parts of up country, there are places where it was still a bit of a problem. But I'll say they did their thing to an extent. Then a few years ago, it was announced that UEDCL would be taking over again. The government has been doing that with a lot of different things. They're trying to nationalize a lot of like the key areas, and energy is one of those areas. You guys know they nationalized fuel. So UNOC is now in charge of all fuel, like negotiation of all imports of fuel. And I guess exports when that time comes. But
Export? Aren't they already in charge of exports? Aren't they?
I mean, we're not exporting fuel like that yet, are we?
Okay, no.
Oil, I mean.
Yeah, oil.
Yeah.
Were we having active
I thought
refineries?
we were already.
No, I don't think we are yet.
We don't have refineries yet, but
Yeah, we do.
We
We do have a refinery. Is it a refinery or it's a...
there's
Bruh.
a thing.
On this party, I'm
I'm
a
not
bit...
gonna lie, I don't know.
Anyways, so energy is one of the sectors that the government has decided to nationalize, hence them taking over from Omeme. But remember, Omeme is a private company, so they had to bounce them. Now, we get to the heart of the matter, which is obviously the past few weeks, we've been noticing a bit of like,
A dip in service.
yes,
Yeah.
the service has become a bit funnier. There's been a bit more load shedding than usual. Yeah, things have not yet stabilized. But apparently the reason why things have not stabilized is because after the government announced that they were going to nationalize and bounce Umeme, they started drawing back on the support that they were giving Umeme. So mostly just like regulatory stuff, like making things easier for Umeme to like function. So things like I don't know, like regulatory stuff really, like taxes, what small things like that. Used to make it easier for Umeme to do its job. So once they announced, they stopped doing that for Umeme. So maintenance of the infrastructure, electricity infrastructure, dipped. So things have been aging slowly but surely for the past like 3-4 years, ever since they announced. So that's the first issue. But now the second issue, which is the more concerning issue for me, UEDCL does not have the money to take over from Umeme.
Considering also the loan that was.
But they've already taken over.
Yeah.
So now they're fumbling to find the money. Hence, they're getting a loan. Do you know how much they need? How much they're applying for?
Wait,
What, 183 billion shillings.
they're adding
Like
another
$50 million
loan on top of a
basically.
loan which is already existing.
So, over which loan that's existing?
There's
The loan they
UEDCL
took as they're trying to buy it from Umeme.
I don't know if they took a loan to buy it from Umeme,
They did.
but they definitely need a loan in order to take over the operations and normalize things.
Yes. But I also think there was I'm not sure, but I think there was an outstanding amount that they paid to Umeme.
That
I don't
they
think it
owed
was
them.
like this year that they, in order to take over. So on top of that, there's also the 180.
183. But
183.
I guess, and maybe Umeme invested a lot in like the infrastructure here, so maybe there are some things they had to pay for.
Yeah.
Maybe there's certain assets of Umeme that they had to buy from Umeme.
Maybe that's what it is.
But this money here is not for that. It's for normalizing, as in
Yeah.
for taking over and then starting to distribute, starting to do its job. They need to get a loan.
Of
But who's
183.
going to pay for that shit?
What's our national debt right now? Do you know?
I rather not. I rather not know.
Have
I
you
rather
seen
not
that?
know.
Have you seen that? So there's some guy who interviews guys in the UK, and he says, "Would you fight for your country?" And the guy's like, "Which country? This United Kingdom." Well, I'm not fighting.
Nah, that era.
So-
United Kingdom has different problems.
So- Asking me right now, what's the national debt? I don't know how that
You're not
concerns
de-
me. That me, I'm going to pay it.
Yeah.
But I believe it will be us who pay for it.
100%.
Why?
Because right now I've noticed even Yaka or Light has gotten a bit more
If I
expensive.
boom by 63, man, I'll leave this for you. Honestly.
They're
If I'm
giving,
gone by 63, not my problem anymore, man.
they're giving less units now.
expensive, eh?
No, it's not
And the
gotten
funny thing
expensive. They just started giving less units.
So that
Yeah.
that thingy
So
changed.
it is more expensive.
Because
much.
the funniest thing is, some guy told me that right when they are transferred, like on first or second, he paid like 15K and got like 60 units. 60?
Actually,
Yeah.
for those who didn't know that, now that Tumeme has bowed, if you bought units around the 21st, 22nd, if 50K would usually get you like 40-something units, if you bought on the 21st, 22nd, 50K could get you 80 units. We
Yeah.
did this every month.
80?
Yeah.
Mm.
80, 70 every month. Us bought electricity on the 21st, 22nd, and it worked.
We'll try again.
Wait, so the 21st is the good date?
Monday.
There is
Remind me
like
on
a,
Monday. Send me a
I
text
don't know.
on
I
Monday.
don't know if it will still work with.
I don't
Try.
think it's.
You
UEDCL.
have try and fail.
Yeah.
I'll pass by a 10 bob.
So
I
first
get like
of all,
50 units from
I
a
don't
10
think it was
bob.
exactly 21st.
It was
but they had
around
an equation.
21st to
Over
the
your
20.
first purchase in this window of what that, some just like that.
Yeah.
You just know us.
You
There's
are
a point in time,
bathing.
and we were never home. There's a point in time where two people. Why do we have almost 300 units?
There was a way to cane. What is it called? You know MTN where you share airtime.
Me to you.
Me too. That one.
UEDCL lights, man. Make it happen, bro.
Nah,
Make it
they
happen.
can't.
Uh,
It's more like sharing fiber internet where you
Yeah.
can move with it.
you know.
Man, anyway, it's
Anyway,
kind
bro.
man.
Oh, but for my thing of the age thing, you see, I appreciate and I understand what older people bring to the table, right? They say experience is wasted on the old, youth is wasted on the young. Old people have experience is wasted on the old, while youth is wasted on the young. Because if old people had both the experience and the youth,
Yeah.
they would do so much. So old people have seen things that we could not possibly imagine that give them the type of foresight and the type of ability to draw up things that we probably couldn't. However, when it comes to execution, you get. So like, let's say, for instance, the lead of a great nation, I'm not giving any example, let's say Wakanda. The lead,
Black
He
Panther.
died.
yeah, let's say that if the Black
Died.
Panther, if the Black Panther is
Of now, not 19.
wherever, if the Black Panther is 75, okay, because there's a certain way his mind works that a 35-year-old man could not probably. However, I do not think that a whole government of 75-year-olds could properly execute
That part.
what this person you
Definitely
get.
true.
So if you're a 75 Black Panther, I think the Avengers on your team should be in their 40s.
Chicken's cooked, bro.
But let me tell you, even
They're
that
cooked
thing,
with analogy,
whenever
though.
guys say in their 40s, I truly
30s
feel,
and 40s.
I truly feel that people in their late 20s and into their 30s, they have something valuable to contribute. Like, I don't like that the fact
Definitely.
that people act like wisdom finally arrives
No,
in your 40s.
no. You see why I do not want to place this burden on late 20s. For us, I don't even say for you. For us, you're 28. I'm 27. I've only had a fully functioning brain for 2 years. Give me some time to cook. You get. At least maybe 35. But in late 20s, and as you see, in your 20s especially, I don't know about anybody else, but, and I've started rereading your book, Defining Decade. In your 20s, you are figuring yourself out.
True.
You get. You are deciding the type of adult you're going to be. Am I going to pay black tax? Am I going to live at home? Am I going to be living outside? Am I going to, you get. There's so much you're dealing with in your 20s. from a social, economic, emotional point of view,
Yes.
that I don't think it's fair to place a burden on 20-year-olds
But it's not a
to
burden.
execute these things.
I have
But they should be
an opinion.
involved.
Yeah.
They should be.
On
They
a-
definitely should be involved, but I don't think to the point of being ministers
They
of
shouldn't
the
lead.
country.
They shouldn't
Yes.
lead necessarily.
In an
but-
ideal world, what you say is very true.
It should be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
advisors or
And
something.
that is why you have youth councils, youth
No,
members
you
of
see,
parliament.
no, you see what
You
my
get-
problem
let
is
me-
with youth, those things of putting it in a different category. Yeah? Is they are there to give an opinion of the youth. Do you understand?
Let me land. Yeah? Let me land. First of all, that opinion is very much needed. Because if we're going
Yes.
by our country, 80% of the population is below 35, right?
I don't know the
Yes.
statistics.
80% below
large,
35
yeah,
and
yeah.
then 70% below
like 25.
25,
yeah.
something like
I
that.
saw a thing today that
Yeah.
said that all the things that say that there are 8 billion people in the world are not accurate. That's an under declaration.
Probably.
That
Definitely.
a figure that's closer to more accurate is we're looking 9.5, almost 10 billion.
Yeah, I've
people.
heard that as well.
Yeah.
I've heard that as well. They say about 10 billion people in the world right now. And pretty much that opinion is needed, first of all. And the leadership is also needed. But here's the thing. Both have caveats. Look at the countries where they have very youthful leadership. They are very quick changes, but you also can't know how far those changes will go. While many of them are positive, even the negatives are there. And there's a what's her name? That Nayib Bukele guy, the El Salvador guy, came very charismatic, made El Salvador one of the safest places right now by bouncing the gangs. He's 43 by the way.
By creating one hell of a prison.
You get. And meanwhile, he did all of this in the space of like what a year? Was
Yeah.
it something like that? So that's the energy that youth.
How old is the Burkina Faso
fullness.
guy?
Damn, I don't know.
Let's check how old the Burkina
The
Faso
Burkina Faso
president
guy.
is.
No, that's why I maintained it is very necessary. What's that saying of the death of an old person is something like what, like burning a library or something like that? I've forgotten how the saying goes. Experience is how old is he? Experience is invaluable. You cannot pack the experience of 80 years of living into the charisma of a 35-year-old. You need experience. That's why my analogy, Black Panther was
37?
37 years old.
And you
Black-
see the things he's doing as
you
well.
need a mix of both. You need a
I agree,
healthy
yeah.
mix of the young people that can execute, that can make things practical or run on ground,
Exactly.
while having the older person to
Now-
be like, in 1970 we tried something like that and it didn't work because of A, B, C, and D.
Yeah,
So
but see,
maybe-
that's why I think it should. That's why I think it should be the younger people to lead and the older to advise. Because younger people are more ambitious. Younger people are not like as, I don't know, like you're
Rigid.
not as jaded by like past mistakes. You're
You
not
just
moving
want
in
to do-
fear necessarily. You're trying to do things, and you want to be shown the different ways that this thing could go wrong, so that you could make a better decision.
I think
But
it
you
also
actually make it.
depends on your type of government. Because there are certain governments where a president does not make the decisions. You get. There are certain governments where decisions are made by the House of Representatives, i.e. parliamentarians. You get. And then the president maybe signs off for something. It depends on your type of leadership, to be
I'm
honest.
sure an older House of Representatives is much more cautious and also a lot more short-sighted. I feel.
Every House of Representatives in the world is old.
It's older.
Pretty much every.
I don't
Because
know.
while
I
some
can't
countries
say
will
that.
have
There are
younger
some
presidents.
countries where I
Guys are
can
young.
tell
Guys
you,
are young.
your
And
age
the-
mates.
And the House of Representatives is not making the decisions. That's the thing.
If the
I feel like the
percentage
president is
younger.
just like the face of the decision.
No, it
Not
depends
really.
on the
Depends
country
on
you're
the,
in.
it depends
bruh.
on the country.
Some
Anyway,
countries-
Because
That's
if you're going
semantics.
to like the UK,
Yeah.
their house is old. Old. And those are the guys that make the decisions.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
it's not
get-
the prime minister.
The prime minister is there, but first of all, with the UK it's different. That was a
Prime
bad
Minister
example.
is not very authoritarian. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't rest and breathe. The United Kingdom's survival does not rest
Yeah.
on the Prime Minister. There was a
democratic, bro.
there was a period of time when prime ministers were being changed like plates. Like, guys were
Like the
laughing.
past like
That's
4
what they
years.
call a democracy. That country day.
Those guys can vote.
Anyway, man, this has been a political pod, but
Yeah. How long have we done?
An hour 44.
damn.
We've just.
And we thought, oh my god, doing 2 pods in a day.
So we're going to give guys.
Let's do a few subs.
Okay.
And then we wrap it up.
Okay.
Do a breather, do
Okay.
Patreon.
Okay.
What time is it?
Okay. Damn.
Oh my god. I think this will be a Patreon conversation.
I think we should end it here, by the way.
Yeah.
We
so
don't do
I.
subs here.
We've done 140.
So we do subs on
140 is a
Patreon.
long time, yeah.
We've done 140.
Calm.
Because we need to do a Patreon pod.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh my god. On that note,
Yeah.
perfect segue. If you've gotten this far and you're not subscribed to the pod,
That's insane.
that's crazy.
That's insane.
Check and make sure. Sometimes you might not even realize.
That's
like
true.
you're just so used to looking up the pod and listening, and we love you and we appreciate that from you. But make sure you're subscribed to the pod. Follow us on all our socials: Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, the Mob Jazz Podcast. There are a bunch of people that reach out to Melvin when they want to talk to me. Like they send Melvin audios and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you have Snapchat, I'm the only one who has access to the Snap.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, none of us know the logins.
Yeah, so if you want to talk to me. Like,
Yeah.
text me.
Slide
What
those
you're doing
snaps,
with your
slide those
eyes?
snaps.
What am I doing with my eyes?
When
She
you were
does that
asking,
with her eyes.
Yeah.
when she
What
was
am I
asking
doing?
for the guys to text
I
her
think so.
via Snap, she was like,
Talk to me.
I'm the one who
Yeah,
uses
she does that
Snap.
with her
That's
eyes.
how I talk.
That's how the
Text me.
TikToks every day.
Yeah,
Guys, you better look at her
You
in her
can,
face when
let me
she-
tell you,
when
if
she's
you,
speaking.
if you mute Casper, you can know what she's talking about by looking at her face.
Interesting.
Is it? Interesting. So, yeah, follow us on our socials and then make sure you're subscribed. Also, now that we've shifted our recording schedule, we're shifting our posting schedule.
Yes.
Should we announce it now?
Let's wait. Because I
Let-
don't remember what we shifted it to.
Yeah, let's
Neither
wait.
do I.
But you see, if you hit the notification bell, every time it's up, you'll know it's up.
Yeah.
Most importantly, you can see we're stopping this pod to prepare for Patreon. Add us on Patreon.
Badly.
Don't let the
Continue
fun stop
conversation
here.
as well.
Badly.
Use same clothes, same vibe, good time.
A good time. We're going to do the Mobsters subs.
Oh,
I
I
have.
feel like it's the end of an era because I won't be coming here in work clothes anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of an era, bro.
True.
Guys who start following the pod from here on will not even probably
Like,
won't
what
even
do you
know I'm a
guys
lawyer
do?
until I
Yeah.
say it. Yeah.
Oh my God, I have so much jazz for Patreon.
Okay, let's
But-
get
It will be funny, yeah? Like the one weekend where we have like a wedding, bro.
Yeah, when
And
we
guys
come
might have been
back.
saying Melvin is cute just because the guy is coming all smart and
That
shit.
is until now I'm going
Yeah.
to come as my usual self. man.
I'm going to say this
Yeah.
as someone who has lived in a suit environment.
Yeah.
Suits, especially suits that are socially acceptable in Uganda, underplay women's appearances and hype men's appearances. If the first time you see a man is in a suit, he will say, "Oh, what a man!"
Guy.
The moment you see me in his short,
Okay, so like, you're going to jazz us on
He's
Patreon. You're going to jazz us on
cargo
Patreon. You're going to jazz us on Patreon.
add us on Patreon. Only 1 to 3 for $5 a month.
Yeah.
It will get you access to 200 plus episodes thus far. 2 episodes a week. Early access to merch. Early access to events. A whole lot happens on Patreon, and would love for you to join us there, honestly. And the conversations are more candid, more free. Yeah, just know it's
And if
amazing.
it's audio, first go to YouTube and see our new background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some paintings.
I'm sure
as
guys
well,
did.
bro.
I'm sure
Oh
guys
yeah,
did.
if you're
Just go-
listening
just go look.
on audio, tap YouTube and see the new location. Also, just so you guys know, on Patreon you have access to both audio and video.
Yeah.
You get. If you prefer to listen to a pod via audio, it's available on Patreon. I think the $5 is well worth it.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, guys.
Fun. Okay, man. Remember to check on your boys, text your babe, hug your dad, kiss your mom. Buy your car on the, not even your car anymore, buy light. Buy light
That's
on
21st.
the 21st or 22nd.
Don't try
See
and
if
run on
Casper was
Bandali,
saying us.
man.
The 21st or 22nd. You guys are not even going to hear this
They're gonna hear this
by
on
the
the
21st or
21st.
22nd. Anyways,
Yeah.
Just don't run on Bandali.
yeah, man.
And man,
Do
most
not run on
importantly,
Bandali, bro, under any circumstance.
Praise be to the Most High. He's rising tomorrow.
Believe in you, bro. I always knew you'd come back.
You're a fool.
He's now
But,
dead.
praise be the Most High. He's
reason
rising.
yet, but I have a word. A little buddy tells me
He's rising.
he's coming back tomorrow.
And by the time you listen to this, he'll have risen. So happy Easter to all
Happy
who
Easter,
celebrate.
Man, happy Easter, happy
Yeah.
Easter.
And yeah,
Yeah, man, Africa must unite.
Sport is.
bye.
Yes.